Yeah, let's go.
Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. Can I get a moment of your time? Smoke a little, life's a game of chess. Drugs, guns, who just got me on the run? Let me shine a little light. I grew up on the 50s, love my whole city. Got the little ones with me, I ain't going back to prison.
Yeah. Welcome to Hood Stocks, everybody. Today, what's the date today? What's the date?
I think it's 28th.
28th? Yeah? Fuck, this fucking...
Oh, yeah, because it's my husband's birthday tomorrow.
Well, shit, happy birthday to your husband.
40 years young.
How old is he?
40.
40? That's what's up. I mean, I'm 42. Yeah. I mean, the 40s in a good years for me.
I think that's when men mature at 40.
Oh, my God, like a motherfucker, man. I'm a fucking different dude. Fuck. Today is September 28th. Happy birthday to Claudia's husband. One day a week.
Big, sexy. That's my husband.
Yeah.
He's 6'6", that's why.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's a big dude right there. I mean, does he wrestle? You know what I mean? Is
he wrestles me, that's it.
Oh, okay. Hey. September 28th. It's 4:01 p.m. We live. Today we got a real special guest, man. Real special. I started off like this. I feel like the biggest gift you can give in life is your time and heart. And when I mean give, I mean you're not collecting a paycheck for your time or your heart, right? Hood Stocks has been inspired to find the first female to bless this platform. Couldn't be any old female though. Feel me? The dude in me bounced around the idea of having a couple Instagram models. But the man in me knew I wasn't looking for a model. I was looking for a role model. Director, founder of LA on Cloud 9. Everybody give it up for the advocate, the great, the powerful, Claudia Perez.
Damn.
How you doing?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I mean, for me and everybody else that that's been supporting this podcast. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
You know, shit. Thank you for everything that you've been doing, man. I mean, how many thanks do you get out the week? I mean, do you have a clicker? Click, 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 click.
We only had a clicker at the community park events, but we stopped doing that shit.
Yeah. What were you clicking for?
Just the amount of people, because the city wanted to know data.
Yeah, for sure.
And I said, man, fuck the data. We're just helping people.
Yeah, everything's numbers, everything's statistics. I mean, numbers make the world go round if we like it or not.
Yeah, but they weren't helping
exactly
us as well, because we still had to pay almost $500 to feed the homeless. So their statistics go up their ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, 100%. I get that. I mean, the statistics, how does that work in regards to, like, you said the county wanted the numbers?
Yeah.
But they weren't willing to give any money to support what you guys were doing, but they wanted to know your business, the
Correct.
business, and
yeah,
and that would be for their own.
I didn't even ask.
Yeah,
but I know that's how they work.
It's politics, right?
Yeah.
I mean, politics are never straight up. They're never like. I mean, I'm sure somehow, some way, there was a meeting. Are there possibly, and those numbers were thrown around. Hey, this.
Want to know how many people they help? Maybe we can help them. I mean, they did once half of the city fees. That's it, just half.
Yeah. Because
I got the news involved. I made a big deal about it when they started charging us city fees to use their property.
Wow.
I guess. So then I got pissed and I said, man, fuck this. I'm calling the news. And they took the story and it went on TV, and we ain't mentioning no names, right? What's his name? Whoever handles that area.
Yeah.
I guess he got pressured by it, and he said, okay, I'll help with the fees. And he only did half.
Yeah.
And then he went ghost.
Got ghost, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we get any further for the people that are tuning in right now that don't know who you are and what you do, maybe you can give them a little brief description.
My name is Claudia Perez, and I'm the founder of LA Cloud 9.
LA Cloud 9, and LA Cloud 9 is a nonprofit organization that feeds and clothes the homeless.
Yeah, it's LA on Cloud 9.
LA on Cloud 9. Yes.
Our mission is pretty much helping the homeless and animals in need. We provide the basic necessities. I don't know, tents, sleeping bags. We do events. You know, I'm a caseworker, so I pretty much try to help people, connect them with resources, trying to get them off the streets the best I can. But with the homeless crisis that we have right now, it's kind of difficult, you know, to try to get them connected with services, especially with shelters and rehabilitation programs and all that stuff.
That's awesome. Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
To the listeners, tell me you hear that real quick. We do this every time. Let me know you guys hear that drum roll real quick. Yeah, cool. We good. So you're the founder and the director of this organization.
I'm a volunteer.
Okay, I mean,
it's just I don't like the founder, you know.
I mean, but that's something. I get it. You're humble about it. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, did you wake up one day? Did you have a dream?
No,
did you go through some, some hard times?
I did.
And say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. Pay forward, or like, how did this come about?
2010 is when I pretty much hit rock bottom. Drug addiction. I was high on meth all the time. And shit, I think it years of drug addiction, man. Years of drug addiction. And then 2010 is when I hit. And I think it was a whole year of a struggle that I had. And it wasn't as bad as sleeping in a tent. It was just, I was homeless, bouncing from someone's house to someone else's house. I applied for homeless service resources, got a voucher for a hotel, stayed in a hotel. Then a homegirl of mine picked me up from the hotel, took me to her house. And during that time, I met my husband, who I'm with right now. Yeah. And I don't know, till this day I question him, like, did he know my struggle? Did he know I was going through what I was going through? Did he know I was on drugs? I don't know. He took me pretty much off the streets. He picked me up.
So he wasn't a part of that whole that drug environment.
Hell no. He's never touched drugs. I think the most he's done is smoke weed.
so this dude,
he don't do it no more.
So this dude is not only sexy, but he's a 6'6" fucking angel, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker picked me up. Literally, yeah. He's changed my life.
I mean, certain people are brought into certain people's lives for like, obviously, you know what I mean? You know, that's awesome. Shout out to your husband. Where'd you grow up at?
I was born in Inglewood.
Inglewood, yeah?
Yeah.
Were you raised in Inglewood?
Nope. I was raised in San Fernando Valley.
San Fernando Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. My mom moved around. I don't really know where she moved around, but I remember my childhood in San Fernando Valley.
Were you ever involved?
In Silmar.
Were you ever involved in any gangs or anything like that?
I was around them.
You're around them?
Yeah, because I met my ex-husband around that time when I was 13, and he was a gang member.
Were you running the streets in the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to ask your age. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to.
Huh? I'm 36.
36. All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, 90s.
Don't make me calculate, but yeah.
You got a piece of those 90s then. 90s were treacherous.
I do.
Yeah.
And
early 2000s were pretty fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was around it. You know, my ex-husband was heavily involved with that stuff, and I was there, you know, doing crimes with him, you know.
What kind of crimes were you doing?
Oh, just a little here and there.
I mean, I'm not trying
drug crimes, you know, breaking into cars, stupid shit. I was young, you know, but I was his ride and die. That's how we roll.
You were with it.
I was with it.
Yeah.
I think I've always been with it. You know, now it's just positive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And that's crazy about some people too. It's just sometimes when they can redirect their fucking their fucking balls, their huevos, their heart, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and when they can redirect that energy and that strength and that power, and they, man, like you put into what you're doing right now with the homeless. And, you know, so I met you in 2016, you know, and
Gardena.
yeah, and I, you know, I caught wind what you were doing. Me, my friend Martha, my boy Fats, we went and, you know, gave you a
Christmas event, right?
Yeah, we gave you a hand, and I was just like, man, this freaking girl's pretty fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like, man,
it's just doing the right thing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of people think of doing the right thing, but what they think and what they do is two different things. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know?
Real.
But man, I was just like, I was really inspired when I went. I mean, I don't want to get onto my story about with you, but
No,
I want to
know it.
Yeah, I mean, I was really inspired what you're doing, you know, and you had a system too, and you had a bunch of people, and you were just like, you were directing the traffic. You were like the what's that person that does the orchestra and shit? I mean, you know, you were just moving. You're moving the crowd. You know what I mean? And it was like clockwork.
I was
you know,
a ballerina, man, on my toes.
Yeah. I mean, I was impressed. I mean, I was just like, I don't even know if we had too many words with each other. You know what I mean? We just like, we came through, and I was like, hey, I'm here to volunteer, and you were just like, go do this, go do that, whoa, this, that. You know what I mean? And you just had everybody moving, and you had you know, tables, and I mean, it was just like, I guess there was no time for conversation because there was just there was something that we were doing, and we had to get it done, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and time is, you know.
That was a really nice event, actually.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through Skid Row. I had my truck. You put a bunch of like dog food.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Skid Row was crazy.
I mean, but you do this. How often do you do this though?
Every weekend.
Damn.
Yeah. And during the week, we know my hotline for LA on Cloud 9 is answered by the vice president of the organization.
Okay.
And we do weekday stuff too. We just don't promote it as much because we don't like to kind of like put people that are working with other caseworkers because of HIPAA violations and all that bullshit.
What is it called?
What do you mean?
HIPAA? HIPAA violation. What is that?
Well, it's the protection, whatever the hell protects people's privacy and all that shit. You know, because they work with other organizations that are funded by the government and all that, and they have caseworkers. So some of the people that we help, we can't put them on social media.
Got you.
Yeah. So what we put on social media is the volunteer work we do. But a lot of the things that we work with other organizations like LASA or other organizations that we work with that are actually housing people.
Yeah.
That's what we can promote.
Okay.
That's the, what do you call it? The behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I'm not trying to fucking jump around, go back and forth in this. So back to you growing up in the San Fernando Valley, you had your ex-husband. Mm-hmm. You're ride or die. You're with the business. Mm-hmm. You know.
You know, it was, you know.
I mean, I'm not trying
with him. I had another ex-husband. I've been married 3 times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They said 3 times a charm, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Six one. I mean, the third one came down from heaven.
Yes. I honestly, I think about it sometimes. Like, where would I be? You know, if I wouldn't have met him. I
mean, you know what? So I can kind of I can relate with you in the time frame because so I got out of prison in 2006. I pulled from Calipat 4-yard, and I kind of fell right back into what I was doing.
You were in Calipat?
Yeah, I kind of fell right back into what I was doing 4 or 5 years prior to that. I was gone for like 4 or 5 years or whatever, but on that one I was gone that long. But anyways, so around 2010, you were doing what you're doing, and I was doing basically the same thing. You know, I was fucking abusing drugs, methamphetamine. You know, I was just like, you know what I mean? You know, it was crazy because I was at that time. It was not one of the first times. I've experienced it a couple of times, but it was the last time that I experienced being homelessness. You know what I mean? You know, like when everybody's tweaking out there running the streets and shit, like everybody's almost homeless, you know what I mean? You know, you got the spots where you kick it at, everybody showers, everybody changes, washes their clothes, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? You know, or you got the homie that comes through sometimes and you know that fool's tired as fuck. He been up too long. He's just nodding on the sofa and shit, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just
he's like taking me to like
Yeah, you know, and so yeah, I've been down that road, and around that time, yeah, I was doing the same thing, you know, and so I went back to prison, and I think I caught a case in 10 or 11, and I went back to prison, and I mean, I got blessed, I guess, fortunate, lucky, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean, um, and I only got 2 years. I had to go do 2 years. I got extradited to another state because I went and caught another case in another state. I went out for one night. Anyways, it's a long story. I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, so this last time that I've gotten out, I kind of changed my life around. You know, I mean, my sister, when I was in the pen, my little sister was dying of cancer. You know, and the counselors, I had to do time in Arizona State Prison because I went out there and I broke the law out there. And but I had a case in LA, but I beat the case. My homie came through and it was bullets, and he said the bullets were his. You know what I mean? You know, and so they dropped the case and extradited me to Arizona. But my little sister was dying of cancer, and the counselors out there were very passionate. They were very they were very nice. They give me phone calls, you know what I mean, while she was on her deathbed, and she cried to me every day, you know what I mean? And I never cried so much in prison. I've been in prison a bunch of times, you know what I mean? You know, I got about 12, 13 years in prison, and that was the first time that I just felt so fucking weak in an animal environment. You feel what I'm saying? And it made me think that, like, damn, all this shit I'm doing with my life, you know, and she was a good girl, you know what I mean? And she's fighting to live, and here I am not giving a fuck about my shit. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah. You know, it's crazy how that works sometimes, how the people that don't give a fuck about this shit. Yeah. I mean, some of us, you know what I mean? True, I mean, some die quick, but some live long. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, it's funny the way God works, the way the world works, how you want to say it. But anyway, so that shit fucked me up, you know? That shit fucked me up. I remember I got down with some dude, you know what I mean? I got down with some dude in there, you know what I mean? And I was so drained emotionally, you know? I was so drained emotionally from my sister, the phone calls and shit, her crying to me and shit because she was dying. And I was so drained from it that I got down with this dude, and this dude got the best of me. You know what I mean? And any other day I'd have whooped this motherfucker's ass. You know what I mean? But I realized I just didn't have it in me, you know what I mean, or something. I don't know, you know what I mean? You know, and it was just like, fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, like, I'll keep the shit real. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He got the best of me. We went heads up. And like I said, you know what I mean? Any other day, I would have whooped this fool's ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, he didn't fucking, you know, throw me around like some little girl or something, you know? But I'm just saying, though, like, you know, it's just like, fuck, you know? But anyways, it was just like, I don't know, it just opened my eyes to just different things and shit. Yeah. Life, living, doing right, being, I mean, you know, just different shit. But anyways, damn, went on for a little story right there. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes I like to tell stories about myself. So who I have sitting across here, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we can get to know each other, you know? It's a conversation, you know? And that's what I like about this platform, is because, I mean, I wouldn't be able to have this conversation with you without this platform. You know what I mean? You know, like the time when I volunteered, it was just high and by and, hey, get your ass over there, fool, and do that. You know what I mean? I don't even you were bossing me around. She was yelling at me at one point too, bro. She's don't like, believe that. She's like, what the fuck you doing eating that peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I said, I'm hungry.
You know, volunteers come and they say, what do I do? Where do I go? And I'm like, you know, wherever you feel comfortable doing. Just, you know, you guys want to make bags, you guys want to make sandwiches, you want, you know, it's whatever. You know, I don't know.
What about the food that comes through and he's all of a sudden trying on the clothes and shit? Brushing his teeth, like, bitch. Nah, like, you don't get no weirdos sometimes.
Where out in the streets or volunteers?
Volunteers?
No.
Nah, you don't want to say that. Even if you did, you don't want to say that, because all volunteers
every volunteer is appreciated.
Hell yeah. Nah, 100%. I'm
gonna keep it real. Fuck that. Some volunteers, I'm glad they don't come back.
Oh,
that's just how it is.
I get that.
Because some people come with a different, you know, what am I trying to say? With the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
with the wrong reasons.
With the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Damn, how would they come with the wrong reasons?
They
Give an
come with
example.
their,
Let's hear something.
Some Photoshop bullshit.
Oh, they just coming for the gram? Look what I'm doing. Whoa.
Even though I'm the
likes. I want 100 likes. Hey, that's what it is, huh?
I try to
Selling they
promote
soul.
as much as I can, and I tell people I'll take pictures, I'll take videos as much as I can. I know where to do it. Some homeless encampments we can't, because what good is everybody with their fucking phone out? So it's like, put your phones away and let me do it the best I can to record and to take pictures, But if you come out here and all you're doing instead, you give out one blessing bag, but you take 100 fucking pictures. It's like, come on, okay.
I mean, I get it, and I feel
I'm just
you on
keeping
that.
it real, man.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many pictures I took when I was volunteering. Fucking guilty.
He's feeling guilty right now.
Hey, she started talking. I was like, whoa! I started sinking in my chair. Like, I'm fucking.
I get it.
Shit.
we all gotta. That's 2019. It's all about the gram and Facebook and all that bullshit. But
I mean, sometimes you want to share with the world and say, hey, you know what? Look what I'm doing. You could be doing this too. So maybe maybe to a certain point, I mean, it's got its pros and it's got its cons.
Yeah.
In regards, but I get it. I mean, like, fool.
I try to go live as much as I can, but I can't fucking do it, man. I can't do it.
I know you're busy as fuck. You're directing
Not
the traffic.
even that. I just can't have the fucking phone in my face all day like that. I just can't do it. I like to take little pictures, when I feel cute.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, shout out to everybody on the chat right now, man. The fucking chat is popping right now.
Nice.
Everybody's saying what up, what up, what up.
What up?
Misty, Smiley, Jennifer Jackson, Monica. Inform the people. What up, homie?
Ooh-wee.
Vincent, we see you. Hey, so you're 2010, you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Drugs, everything, man. It's just
I think it was.
I mean, how long were you on a run for? Like, how long was that run? Was that run just like
I did my first line of coke at 11 years old.
Yeah.
My brother. Shout out to my brother. Getting me in drugs. He's in prison right now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me correct that. He's in fire camp. He's a firefighter right now.
Hey, he's giving back.
Yeah, he's doing good though.
I went to fire camp and it was the best thing that I had ever experienced. You know what I mean? Out of Susanville.
They have a lot of good programs right now, man.
Is he out of Jamestown or Susanville?
He's in Soledad.
Soledad. They have a fire camp out of Soledad?
They have a new fire camp over there, or whatever the fuck it is. But he graduated to firefighter, officially one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tight.
Yeah. He's good, he's all about God right now. It's all good.
That's cool.
Whatever helps him.
I know a homie named Pastor.
Timothy.
I know a homie named Pastor Ray out of Victory Outreach. You know what I mean? He's recruiting right now.
I'll introduce him to my brother when he gets out.
Hey, Victory Outreach is fucking an army, man. You know what I mean? Shit, more power to the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can do that.
So your brother fucking gave you a first line of coke at 11 years old.
11 years old.
Fucking dick.
Should remind that motherfucker right now.
Yeah, that's fucking horrible, man. I mean, he's your older brother or younger brother?
I'm the youngest one of 6.
That's fucking horrible.
I walked in on his ass, so he's like, take one, bitch. He won't fucking snitch on me. I was young, And
so from there out, it's just like
it's just
on one or what?
Yeah. Here and there, weed and and what was back there, fucking speed. That's what it was. You remember speed?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Pink champagne and all that bullshit.
Peanut butter, bathtub boogie, lemon drop. That shit was cooking crazy.
Christmas tree. Did you ever do that one?
Nah.
That shit was green.
Was it?
Tastes nasty.
Oh, we called that broccoli.
Ugh. Smell like fucking.
We called that shit broccoli. We're like, oh, you got the broccoli? Tastes like shit, but that shit good.
You're right. Yeah, memories. Yeah.
I mean, but those memories, have molded you into the person you are.
I'm not proud of it, but yeah, you're right. It molded me to the person I am today. True.
I mean, I don't know how many times I kicked my own self in the ass throughout the years, just decisions under the influence of drugs. Or then when you sober up and you think about the fuck you did, fuck, just so fucking like. So I have a million regrets, but man, I guess I would take some of them back. I don't want to.
You regret everything?
I don't regret everything, but I have some things that I'm fucking kind of like ashamed of, like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like filthy bastard. You know what I mean? Like, damn, what the fuck? Oh my god!
I'm not gonna talk about mine.
I mean, when you're on drugs and shit,
You do some stupid shit.
Man.
Yeah.
I remember some of the homies too, man. It's just like methamphetamine. It's just like fools who just want to get. It's like fucking sex. You know what I mean? Sex and commit crimes, and then we're gonna fuck after we commit that crime. And then more sex, and then more crimes. Drugs. We're the oh man, it's a fucking cocktail of fucking just shit. You know what I mean? God damn it! It's a mixed drink that you just shouldn't be drinking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I committed so many fucking crimes and man, yeah, I have regrets, but like, so if you were to ask me, would I take them back? I mean, would you take yours back if you could?
I don't know.
Hey, that's a tough one, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
Because I said, fuck, I survived all that shit. That's good.
For a reason, yeah.
Yeah.
To do what you're doing now, you like God had a calling for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never really been ashamed of it. I mean, some things I don't even know if I have, but whatever. I mean, I'm pretty blunt with my kids too. They know everything in my life. I've taken them into a ride too with the whole prison shit that I was doing, you know.
What prison
I think
shit
maybe
doing?
that's what I kind of regret because I could have been caught up.
Do you mind talking about that a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
What prison stuff are you talking about?
You know, when my brother got locked up, he introduced me to somebody. And that was divorcing my first husband around the time, so it kind of helped me go through it. But we kind of clicked with this dude that I met in jail first. Then we got married.
You got married in jail?
Yeah.
Was he a lifer?
No. 15 years.
15 years?
Yeah.
Were you doing the conjugal visits?
No.
No.
It was all business.
It's all business. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was some, oldies and bagooty stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we were a good match.
You're getting it down like that, huh?
Yeah. Once he hit main line, it was on and cracking. I know.
You're killing the game or what?
Well, I mean, shit. I mean,
there's a lot of money involved in that. I mean, the people.
Well, that's what it was, you know.
I mean, the people that know that what we're talking about, I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know if you want to elaborate for the people that don't know what we're talking about. If you want to leave it for the people that know, they know.
Well, I mean, I was a mule in the beginning. That's how I see it now.
Yeah.
You know, but then I said, fuck this. I ain't doing this shit. I'm gonna start training some bitches. Excuse my language, but that's how I felt back then.
Yeah.
And my house, I moved by the prison, and that's kind of what I was doing over there by Sentinel State Prison.
Damn.
And I was literally like 10 minutes away from the prison, and my house was a dope house like that. It was in the dope house where you go and get high. It was just, where
you get them ready.
Get it all ready.
Yeah, so, get them ready.
I had the girls come to my pad, and I would teach them how to roll it up.
Put it
in there and take it in and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I roll for a minute. And the money, that's how my bills were getting paid.
There's a lot of money involved in that.
A lot.
I mean, I remember
a few P.O. boxes were involved.
Yeah, P.O. boxes for sure.
Yeah,
always P.O. boxes, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you talk about regrets, I think the only thing I think about is the people that were hurt in the process, And money wasn't getting paid. Homies were getting stuck. I think that's the only thing
part of the game.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta have it and shit. That happens all day long, But what's crazy about that money though is people don't even understand the money that's involved in it. So say like a $20 sack of speed, of scante, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, whatever you want to call it, right? A $20 sack in there, that shit can go easily for like 100, 150, $200. Like, dude, that shit is fucking
Are you talking
big
about
money.
the toothpaste? What
Oh,
is
the
it?
toothpaste caps. A cap. That's a cap of weed.
$90 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Woo.
that shit. Yeah.
See, that's
You know,
already
doing-
that's confirming right there that she knows what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah.
100%.
Going to East LA and downtown LA, picking up some shit. Nah, I mean, it was yeah. I guess I knew what the fuck I was doing. You know, I mean, back then in Centinela, I don't know if it's still going on, but
That's a gangster shit right there.
had some meetings with the warden. So I kind of involved myself on that just to kind of know what yards were going down and stuff like that, so I can bring it up to the big homies in my yard. Calm down. My ex-husband, you know. That's how the information was getting passed.
Damn, that's the gangster shit right there.
Yeah, I don't even know if I should be saying it, but whatever.
Right. You're good. It's the past.
It's the past.
It's the past.
Behind me.
It's behind you. I mean, what you've accomplished now and that minor thing back then, which was fucking mad years ago, right? I mean, you know,
we lost.
Yeah, it doesn't even fucking. I mean, what is that thing that weighs the shit out? Yeah, the scale. But what's that thing that always the lawyer's offices always have? That fucking, I forget the name.
Yeah, scale.
Scales, right? Yeah.
I think
but there's a certain name for it. But anyways, I mean, you're good. That you're doing now, the bad that you've done in the past, man, you're good. 100%.
But you see how it flipped though?
Outweighs, yeah.
I was organizing other shit. Now I'm organizing some good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have an organizing mind. I mean, maybe you went and learned that to do this. Like it was all preparation. It was all in God's plan. And I'm not trying to get all holy on you or anything like that.
And I just want to throw it out there. This is the first time I talk about this stuff publicly. You know, I've had other interviews about the organization, about my past. I always leave it out. But this is some hood shit right here, you know? So
this is hood stocks.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing dope about this is that everybody that's been on this podcast, like everybody's felt comfortable enough to, like, you know what I mean? To just like, you know, and probably too because I throw my fucking shit out there, you know what I mean? Like
you've been in prison, so you know what I'm talking
about. Yeah, I put shit out there sometimes, bro, that I'm just like, fuck. Fuck, I do that.
I'm not gonna go home regretting this, right?
I hope not. And if you do, let me know. We'll fucking pull the fucking shit down.
That's all right, man. I mean, I'm not putting no names out there, but that was part of my life. You know,
I mean, that's
what I lived.
That's crazy because there's a machine, right? And to have a well-oiled machine like women like yourself doing that role, holding that side down, is key, man. It's so fucking big. It's so, like, in that side of the game, it's fucking huge, man. You know what I mean? Like, I bet back then, motherfucker couldn't even look at you wrong. You know what I mean?
Well, I thought I was a shit back then. I'm gonna walk in the yard like.
I mean, you were though. You were. I mean, if you're doing that for the fellas.
Yeah. Sorry, the not the yard, the visiting area. But yeah, they knew dope was coming in once I walked in that, you know, that room.
Should make a movie about you. That would be dope. I mean, they already did The Advocate.
Nah, but that's just a good side of me.
I mean, they should do the complete documentary.
I thought about writing a book. Well, it's
that would
in my
be dope.
mind, but I don't know if I can put stuff out there like that. You know,
Just
like I said, it's my first time ever talking about this, so.
I mean, you should get, you know what I mean, something to look at down the line. You know what I mean, you're still young. You're 36 years old. You know what I mean? You know, you're still going to accomplish a bunch more stuff. You know what I mean? In regards to the road you're on already. But for sure, 100%, like, yeah. You know what I mean? You got to tell your story. And at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get the money, you know, cash in on your life, cash in on your story, cash in on the sacrifices that you made and all the above, right? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's yeah, for sure. But that's dope. That's a cool bit of information right there. And I mean, now it's in the universe, you know. It's a piece of history. That's what's dope about this YouTube right here. You know, we got some questions. You want to ask some questions?
Sure.
All right, let's see what we got here. You guys need a moderator. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
What's a moderator? Isn't that somebody like at a family court when you got like two when you have a couple, two exes and there's a kid involved? Isn't the person in the middle that is a moderator?
Shit. Exactly.
What the fuck? Why the fuck we need a moderator? Vincent? Fucking Vincent, homie, you need to fucking smoke some weed, bro, and chill out. No, I'm just fucking with you, Vincent. But just explain to me what you're talking about, bro. Let me see. What are you guys drinking? We're drinking a little bit of
Forum.
We're drinking some vodka. We're drinking some squirt, and we got some cranberry. Cranberry there. Champagne, jet fuel. Work can always take pieces over everything. Bop, 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 bop. Let's see, you guys. Everything in life is like a lesson, blessing the people. Big Lux. Check your IG out some info. You both are doing great things. Keep it up. Super soldiers took meth to blitz storm Europe. I don't know what the fuck that means. Can you elaborate? Can you elaborate on what she does? How did she get into helping the homeless?
Yeah, we can.
How can I volunteer? I want to help. Whichever one you want to answer first.
So pretty much after I got back on my feet, I started volunteering for other organizations, kind of wanted to give back. You know, I felt like I had to do something. Pretty much that's the kind of line I use all the time. I feel like I had to do something, but it's just, I guess it just grew in me, man. Just like, you know, I've been blessed to get my life back, to get off drugs after so many years on them. And I always felt like I've been blessed with my husband. So fuck, I just started going out there, you know, and visiting homeless encampments and taking sandwich bags. And, you know, pretty much the organization started differently. I'm just saying how I started giving back to the community.
What's the timeline of from 2010? You meet 2010, you hit rock bottom, you meet your husband. What's the timeline from 2020? 2010 is when you started?
The organization started 2013, where it became LA on Cloud 9. I started volunteering 2012. So okay. 2 years.
So what happened between them 2 years? How about that?
Just getting pregnant, stopping drugs.
You met your husband? He pulled you off the streets? Yeah.
I had my son in 2011.
I mean, how'd you meet your husband? Did you just... You don't gotta answer that.
I mean... I don't even know if he knows, but yeah. His homie was with my homegirl.
Okay.
And my homegirl and I obviously were on meth.
Yeah.
And she called him up to drop off some dope. And my husband gave him a ride, not knowing what he was doing, pretty much. Sorry.
Damn, innocent bystander.
Love you, babe. It's my past.
And so...
Innocent bystander, for real.
And so...
Because he would have never done that shit.
So he gave dude a ride to drop you guys off some shit.
Yep.
And you pop out like, hey, what's up? Whoa.
No,
shit.
Said, damn. It was from far away. I was in the balcony. I remember that shit on the second floor of the building. And I saw the driver and I was like, oh.
Did you have some binoculars? Were you looking down on some binoculars?
I just saw a bald head.
I mean, when you're tweaked out, I always want to make it weird. You know what I mean? Like you already know I'm high, so I got binoculars. You know what I mean? Yes. I was that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll make it weird. Is that Lucky up there? He's got a telescope. No, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of...
I was the weird dude. I used to tell my homies, I said, hey, bro, check it out, dog. Fucking don't come to my house unless you fucking call. And I had this fucking surveillance camera that shot up right the side of the fucking house. And here these motherfuckers come every time. You know what I mean? Little motherfuckers, dog, bald-headed ass fools, dog, you know what I mean? And I said, all right, you know what I mean? So I was the weird dude, you know what I mean? You know, I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? So I get butt naked, you know what I mean? And I answer the door and they're like, hey, dog, what the fuck? Whoa. I said, I told you, fool, call before you come, homie. What's up? Fuck you want? Come on, dog, put some clothes on. Anyways, I've always been the weird dude, man. Just the outlandish. I'll go the extra mile for the stupid shit.
Just to be weird.
Just to be weird. I mean, it's easy especially when you're high.
I know.
Especially when you've been up for a few days.
No, I thought I was a functional tweaker. That's kind of how I felt. I don't think you can tell. If I show you pictures, you probably won't be able to tell.
I seen some pictures of you on that movie, The Advocate.
Nah, that was not my tweaking days.
No?
No, you can't tell. I was fucking like 250 pounds right there.
I mean, I don't like to pass judgment. I mean, that's the worst thing you can do with a female, you know what I mean? Like, shit, I couldn't even tell. You look fucking, you know what I mean?
Nah, that wasn't that long ago.
I mean, my girl was like, fuck, watch out what you say. You know what I mean? Be cool. You're not with one of the fellas. But right now, I just feel like I'm with one of the fellas right now, to be honest with you.
Good,
You know what I mean?
good.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfy. You know what I mean?
Good.
You know, but I was just like, so you're the first female woman that I've had on this podcast. And thanks again for coming.
No,
I mean,
thank you for inviting me.
yeah,
I appreciate it.
And I was like, fuck, you know what I mean? You know, but now she's here and it's like,
So
fuck.
why did you want models first, or why?
Because I'm a fucking dude. The fuck? I mean, I got a girl and everything, you know what I mean? But shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to try to touch him or nothing like that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know? Nah, hell no. You know what I mean? I'm legit. I'm a good dude, you know what I mean? But anyways, you know what I really want is I want a fucking hooker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Why not bring you one?
No, not to, you know what I mean?
Not you, not.
Yeah, but to see like, hey, like how many, you know, have you had this week? You know, I don't even want to get into that conversation. That's a weird conversation. I can have that with a dude. I don't want to have that with you. But anyways, I mean, I want to have crazy people. You know what I mean? I want to have crazy people. I want to have fun. You know what I mean? You know, I want to have fun. I want to have a good time. You know what I mean? But we gotta, at the same time, we gotta acknowledge the fucking beautiful people in this world like yourself. That's why you're here. That's why I wanted to have you. I mean, you're the first person. I mean, man. I mean, you're number one on Hoodstocks to hold it down for the women, for the ladies.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's dope. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Better than you? What better?
Oh, there's a lot better.
No. Yeah. I mean, you set in the tone. Is that what you said, dog? Set in the tone? Shout out to the homie right here sitting in right now. You want to say what up to everybody, big dog?
Timothy.
Jump in, bro. Say what up, dog.
What's up?
Yeah. Say what up, dog. Get on the mic real quick. Tell me your name. Tell me your Instagram real quick, dog.
Y'all gonna follow me at Shlongwood on Instagram. Yeah.
Spell it out, dog. I didn't even hear that shit, dog.
At SHLONGWOOD. Shlongwood.
Don't ask why. Shlongwood.
Is that what it says?
Shlongwood.
Shlongwood. Son of a bitch, dog. What the fuck, dog? I mean, with a handle like that, bro, you better not be coming up short on nothing, homie. You know what I mean? I don't want to be hearing nothing about these girls saying fucking Shlongwood didn't fucking take care of this shit. Yeah, that's what's up, brother. Thanks for sitting in, my boy. You're welcome, and I appreciate you being here, dog. Yeah.
Wetting your table.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's fucking precipitation of the cup. Precipitation. You like that?
Yeah.
Sometimes I throw out big words like that. Precipitation. Who knew? Reading the dictionary lately, man. I'm tired of sounding stupid as fuck on this shit. I mean, oh my God, you fucking play this shit back and you're like, fucking idiot. You're fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Dog, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Dog, big dog, homie. You're like, fuck. Nah, this puts you under the microscope.
That's how I sound. Now you make me want to go back and read some fucking dictionary.
I mean, you sounded really good on The Advocate. Do you see residuals from that film? Because I paid $3.99 for that.
I don't see nothing.
I mean, who profits from that?
It's I guess the director and
yeah.
I signed my life away on that one.
So you did
all
that?
Good.
You did that out of your heart, out of the? Yeah. I mean, just like nonprofit.
Yeah, because what he did is just follow me around, man. It was nothing like stage or anything like that.
I hear you, but they sold the movie though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's doing with it. I mean, I know he's throwing it out there on the community now, making a difference with it, showing community members the reality of homelessness and how difficult it is to get people connected, get people off the streets. It is difficult. It's not easy.
I noticed in that film that you had you seemed like you had a personal relationship with that one dude in the park that you picked up with the dogs. I mean, do you is it common for you to develop personal relationships with these people you're out helping?
It is.
Yeah.
I got my boundaries now.
Why? Because it can get emotional and it conflict with your personal life and what you're doing.
It can get emotional and conflict at the same time. And then, it's, I don't know if you heard Rudy on there too. It's like Groundhog Day over and over, with him. We're just not speaking right now because of his personal choices of doing the same shit he was doing, even though he's off the streets, he's connected with caseworkers. He still has the drug habit, and that kind of changes him into a different person. Because when I met him, obviously he was on it, but he was more broken, I should say, and once he got connected and got off the streets, he got money in his pocket, and then back to the meth, and
So fucking hard with that.
And I went to see how he's doing, and he just kind of told me off.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's cool. No personal feelings right there. I just kind of I know now that I gotta keep
boundaries.
my boundaries. I gotta keep my distance. I gotta give people space. I can't. It's not about me. It's about them. That's their life, and as much as I want them to succeed and stay sober and stay off the streets, at the end of the day is what they choose.
Is the major cause of homelessness drugs, or is it?
It's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially nowadays, man. I mean,
what's the percentage of them that are on drugs that are sober?
I don't know.
If you can throw a number out there, what would you think?
25%
are on drugs.
Yeah.
That's a low percentage. I would have said maybe
50 I'm wrong. It could be more now. I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. You want a number?
No, for sure. Yeah.
Because I know.
I mean, just your opinion because you're out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's just not everybody's on drugs. Yeah. And I've met good people, man, that are still working, going to work every day, living in a fucking tent, living in an RV. Full family. The mom, the husband, the aunts, the grandmas, the kids. I mean, I've gotten babies off the tents.
That's fucking horrible.
And it hurts, man. I gotta take that shit back home. And how do you shake that off? Knowing that you're coming home, you see your kids, I don't know.
You're coming home to a warm bed and you just left the baby in a tent.
Yeah. It fucked me up for a long time, and I don't know if you saw it on the film, but I had a mental breakdown, man. I was on a 5150 hold not that long ago, and that fucked me up.
Yeah, I heard you speak on it. You guys were doing a rally.
That's what I was talking about. I didn't say the 5150 part, but that's the reality of it. That's what happened.
And that was just from the pressure, the stress, the reality of what you live in that's around you, that's going on in the streets, and that's how much heart and how much.
Because you feel like you just can't move forward sometimes with certain people. You got a group of community members, clients, whatever the fuck you want to call them. You're moving forward with some, and you can't move forward with the others. It's like, fuck, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Or the system stops you from moving forward. All kinds of bullshit paperwork, and so all kinds of red tape just to get people housed, just to get people into Section 8, just to get people into rehabilitation programs. It's like, why do they make it so difficult to get people off the street?
So what would you say is the answer for homelessness? I mean, what do you think? I mean, besides housing and getting these people off the streets, I mean, it's a combination of a lot of things: mental health, drug abuse. It's such a mess, huh? And it just gets worse, right?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, I can't even pinpoint anything. I can say, housing, but how can you house people without rehabilitating them, without getting people? I mean, it's a personal choice. If you want to be housed and do drugs, that's on you, but it's only failure after that, I don't know, man. it's mind blowing nowadays.
And then this gentrification isn't helping nothing. I was in downtown today, and
Rent
it was
sky high.
Yeah, what's crazy about it is I was just went to downtown because I'm gonna make some shirts for my hood stocks or whatever, and I was picking up some shirts, and it was crazy because you see all the new apartment buildings, you know, the lofts, the beautiful buildings, and just as many of new structures of buildings or remodels or whatever it is that they're doing out there, you know, there's just as many tents being set up at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there was this I'm not trying to sound racist or anything like that, but there was this white hipster, two hipsters, you know what I mean? You know, very hip. And they were, you know, standing right in the corner with big smiles on their face, you know what I mean? And the background of them was homeless tents and people that were in bad shape, bad condition, you know what I mean? And I was just like, fuck is this? You know?
It's become
Fuck
normal.
are we doing, you know?
It's become normal.
You know, they're just there with a big smile on their fucking face, you know what I mean? And these people are just fucking like, what are they? Are they fucking creatures? Are they like, what are we like? Are they not humans? You know what I mean? Are they fucking, you know, we just looking at these people like fucking animals, you know, like,
Yeah.
the fuck is this? Like, what's going through your head? You stand in the corner, fucking blonde hair, clean fucking clothes. And I'm not trying to sound fucking racist. I don't want to sound like that. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I mean, I don't get it, man. It's just fucking a lot of people that in my neighborhood, Highland Park. I mean, Highland Park is the gentrification. I got a lot of my people are ahead of the fighting gentrification. You know what I mean? You know, every day they're doing this and that. My boy Mondo Medina, you know what I mean? Shout out to Mondo, you know what I mean? But anyways, you know, also all the people back in the day that had houses in my neighborhood, you know what I mean? Now they're in the along the wash, I mean, along the 110 freeway, you know what I mean? Pasadena North 110 freeway, you know what I mean? They're all living down there, you know what I mean? And it's I mean, sometimes I see them, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, it sucks to see them, you know, but I know what it is. It's the combination of the rent is high,
Yeah.
and they're still on drugs. You know, before the rent skyrocketed, they were able to somehow, some way maintain a fucking house. You know what I mean?
Can you be sober on the streets though?
Can you what?
Be sober on the streets?
Can you be sober on the streets?
As a female or whatever, you know, I know there is people that are sober on the street, but if you really think about it, can you really be sober on the streets?
I mean, if I'm living on the fucking streets, I want to escape my fucking shit. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, so I mean, and where's the easiest place to have access to those drugs? On the fucking streets. So if you're living on the fucking streets, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck. You're gonna get high. You know what I mean?
Drug.
I mean, check it out. I'm in a fucking tent. I'm fucking filthy as fuck. I'm fucking hungry. You know what I mean? My fucking everything is fucking bad. And some motherfucking any drug comes my way,
do it.
I'm gonna fucking do that shit. I'm gonna alter my mind and escape my fucking reality.
Some people who've never even touched drugs, once they hit homelessness, they become drug addicts. It happens. Not everybody. I can't speak for everybody, but some, yeah.
Just
It's
such
a combination of a lot in the streets. Like you can't really pinpoint, you know. I met a lot of good people and I met a lot of fucked up ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're going combing through these streets, so to speak, you know what I mean? Feeding the homeless, clothing them, giving the you know, their animals food, whatnot. So you're pretty much like a familiar face now.
In the areas that I go to, yeah.
You're a familiar face, and you probably, you know, get rite of passage off the rip, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they see you and they're happy to see you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I respect the streets, man, when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, like I said, I'm known on, you know, Timothy's, he's one of my teens, you know, even though he's a grown man, let me get that straight. He's one of my teen writers, but he knows, you know, we're known on the streets that we normally go to because we build that relationship, that friendship on the streets. And they know we're there with good intentions. We're not there to do any bullshit. We're there to help, and we're pretty, straight up about stuff. I mean, that's just kind of how we do it.
Yeah. I mean, people, and especially the people on the streets, like, I mean, I remember I was on the streets, like I can feel the vibrations off the streets. You know what I mean? If you come through and shit, I can off the rip, I can tell if you good or if you bad. Vibrations. People, the closer you are to the streets, the closer you feel the vibrations of the streets. You know what I mean?
So true. I can totally relate with that because we've gone to some encampments where we've never been to before. And there's times where I'm like, let's go, let's bounce, because I'm on my toes on the streets constantly because I have a group of people. I can't be just bullshitting, And then when I feel it, I'm like, the energy's not right now. Let's go. And we've left.
Yeah. I mean, and so it takes for you, for one thing, like there might be people that are book smarts, but street smarts is a whole nother thing. Not anybody can go in the streets and feel what you're feeling. Like you have to be from the streets. You have to, you have to be able to, like we're saying, be able to feel those vibrations, you know?
I got to check myself sometimes because I feel like not everybody feels that. So some volunteers are like somewhere else doing their own thing, and I get upset. I'm like, hey. That's why I try to address everybody before we hit the streets. We all stick together, because when shit hits the fan, we're going to have to bounce. When I feel that energy, we're going to have to bounce. Yeah. We're all doing good things. We're all doing good for the community, but there's the streets. You got to respect the streets. That's kind of how I take it on the streets with the volunteers. And when I see some volunteers doing their own shit, I'm like, fuck, come on, man. I mean...
Because you have a responsibility to make sure they come in and they get out in one piece, right?
Yes.
You got these people that are fucking like hey, you know what? I want to do this good thing. I want to volunteer. I want to feed the homeless. You know what I mean? Come on, let's go. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Come on, Becky. Let's, I threw a name out there, but I'm just saying, but their intentions are 100% good. Yes, but sometimes they do not know what they're getting themselves involved because people on the streets have nothing to lose.
Exactly. I'm gonna keep it real. I've been pulled in a tent before and I had to find my way out of that bitch. It's not safe, and that's kind of what build my energy more, where I have to feel it, where I have to know it. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
I know what the fuck you're talking about. I know what the fuck you're talking about.
You feel it,
Yeah, you feel it, gut feeling. You know what I mean? I used to have this this one friend of mine. She was an older lady, and she would tell me before I would leave. I was running around. I was pushing dope. I was towing straps and shit. You know what I mean? And sometimes she would say, "Lucky, be safe, okay?" I'd be like, "What the fuck you telling me that?" I said, "Do you feel something?" You know what I mean? Why are you telling me that? Like, I know that. What is the reason behind you telling me that? Do you feel something? Because you feel something, let me know right now. And I'll just hold up for a minute. You know what I mean? Because I've always been about the vibrations. You know what I mean? I always felt the vibrations. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the smartest fucking dude when it comes to books, but when it comes to the fucking streets and shit, like, I don't know. I got a sixth sense with the shit. You know what I mean?
It was like that too in prison, though. I felt the vibrations when I know when I shouldn't do certain things, or when it wasn't just the weekend that I shouldn't do it, or when I walked in prison, that you feel the vibrations in there too. Sorry, I jumped back to that.
No, for sure.
But I kind of took the same energy, when it came to that too. That's crazy.
And so that's what's dope, because that's what's kind of like, I mean, that's kind of like what's prepared you to do what you're doing now, because not any person can go into those hostile environments, because some of those environments are hostile environments, right? You know what I mean? And can be able to navigate through those streets, Skid Row, all that shit. I mean,
we do surrounding areas of Skid Row. I used to go in Skid Row a lot. There's a lot of help in Skid Row.
There's a lot of help, huh?
There is.
A lot of people are helping. So do you try to touch the other areas that you feel that might not be touching as much?
Yes.
Yeah. You ever go through Highland Park?
Have I been? We've been to Highland Park? I don't think so. I think I've hit some of the. It's been a while. The freeways that what you're talking about on the 110.
The 110 North, yeah.
Maybe once or twice. It hasn't been that many times.
Yeah.
But the problem is so big right now. You don't gotta go far to do anything no more.
Because it's everywhere.
It's around the corner from my house.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so what makes you, do you have a route that you do? Like, do you make sure that, so you have a rotation, like, hey, we need to get these guys now. Wait, we need to get these, like, we haven't seen them in a month, you know what I mean? Or a week or whatever, a couple weeks.
It's South Central. Let me see, it's on Grand Avenue, starting from like 56 to like 42nd Street or something like that, on where the freeway's at. And then we go to Paloma Street on Washington and Paloma, Broadway and 38th, 39th, 37th, Main Street, Hill Street. Yeah, those areas.
Yeah. Oh man. And so is there anything being done by the city? Like I've heard a couple things about, like, you laugh. I mean, I know
I just hate talking about that shit.
Okay.
No, not that I don't want. I mean, I'm just saying because.
Well, I heard there was supposed to be something done like in Long Beach or the Harbor area, and they were building these small homes out of container boxes or something like that. I mean, bullshit, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I.
And so, what was the measure? What was it? Measure S or Measure H?
Measure H, man. We marched for that. We
and
did
what did
all
they do?
kinds of shit. I guess money's. They got. I mean, the money.
Because Garcetti was talking about, hey, we wanted blah blah blah, high fives.
And I thought because that passing, boom, we're gonna see money and shit's gonna change, and we're hoping that we don't do these outreach anymore, because that's the main goal. I mean, shit, I don't want to do this shit for a long time, because it shouldn't be where I want this to grow and make it like this big old industry. Yeah. But that's what it's becoming. We need more and more and more and more help. It shouldn't even be that way. It should be people need less help now after the funding coming in. Yeah,
why should there have to be so many nonprofit organizations doing this shit? Nonprofit. And so having this nonprofit organization, I mean, is there like, okay, so if the city's not helping, the county's not helping, I mean, is there big businesses that are contributing to the homelessness, to your cause, to the LA on Cloud 9?
There's been a few.
Yeah.
We're all community based. People that donate 20, 100, 50, 10, 5. I don't even know how the fuck we've been running, but that's how we've been running for the past, 6 years, almost 7.
And so there's a hotline to get with you on that, huh?
Yeah.
And for the donation, huh?
That's how we call it, hotline.
You've reached the hotline. How may I help you? Whoa!
Shout out to Dana for answering the hotline. She gets those calls all the time. People wanting dog food, cat food. That's a big deal, man.
So the hotline is for the homelessness.
Yeah. And for volunteers, too.
For volunteers.
They want to call and want to volunteer, stuff like that.
So you got a homegirl down the street like, hey, I had a dog food. I bet you get all the calls
from Bakersfield. Like, what the fuck?
Bakersfield.
There's no organizations over there wanting to help. You gotta ship stuff.
But we heard you guys are giving out the good shit. We need LA on Cloud 9.
Why Cloud 9, huh?
What made you come up with that name?
That was my nickname back then.
Cloud 9? Mm-hmm. Why? Because you're always floating on Cloud 9?
I put motherfuckers on Cloud 9. Don't ask.
I was like, hold up. Hold up. I won't ask.
All right.
I won't ask. But all right.
Well, then a friend of mine was like, I was trying to find a name and stuff, and she said, well, just LA on Cloud 9. And I'm like, okay.
Smiley's asking, what do you think the state needs to do to help?
State of emergency.
Yeah.
What the fuck the state needs to do?
State emergency?
Yeah.
And then so if they did a state of emergency, what would be the procedure in handling that state of emergency? Just gathering up all the homeless, putting them in a stadium? Like, what do you do? I mean, I'm just saying though.
I think it has to do more with the money. A state of emergency, more the funding comes in. How it goes or what procedures and all that shit, I don't fucking know. I just know that a state of emergency brings out more money. Shit like that.
Is that the way that works? State emergency? Yeah, it brings out more money. Government.
Kind of like if we had like a huge hurricane here, which we won't. But I'm just saying, How
do you feel about the gentrification?
It's fucked up.
Yeah,
I mean,
because it's
I'm trying to get the
it's,
fuck out of there too.
it's contributing to the fucking homelessness.
Definitely, a lot of people can't even pay their rent anymore.
How do you feel about when you see them hipsters walking around with them big old smiles on their faces and fucking, you know, all that other bullshit cracking off? You know what I mean? Are you, you know, do you greet them with open arms?
Yes. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah. Hey, Billy. Fuck. Hey,
you want to volunteer?
Are they volunteering though?
No.
Hipsters aren't volunteering?
No, they got their own shit to worry
give
about.
a fuck, huh? They're just looking at motherfuckers like a fucking roach in the fucking street or something, huh? Yeah. I hate that shit, man.
It's fucked up.
What do you think about that lady in CVS and on Colorado Boulevard in Eagle Rock yelling out those obscenities? You didn't see that on the news? Yelling out those racist slurs.
And then her neighbors were
that lady. Yeah, I mean, that's in Highland Park. That's in my neighborhood. And back in the day, no way would that shit pop off.
But she got put on blast now.
Yeah, she lost her job over it and shit. But what's crazy about it is that is the time that we're in where people feel that it's safe for them to do that. Because back in the day, I mean,
time has changed, huh?
Time is changing. I don't know if it's for the good and for the bad. Maybe, I mean, you got to take what there's good. There's some good and there's a lot of bad. And how do you feel about President Trump? Is he your president? Did you vote for him?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Okay. Yeah. You don't like to talk about politics?
I don't.
Yeah. No. They're tricky. I mean,
I'm gonna get a bunch of comments if I do. So
it's all good.
Nah. I don't really touch those subjects, to be honest with you.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, there's slippery slopes, you know what I mean? You know,
because I just respect everybody's opinion when it comes to that, because we could agree to disagree, you know, but it divides a lot.
So you know a lot of people that are Trump supporters, then.
Of course.
Yeah.
Vice versa. I see your views.
Yeah, 100%.
And like I said, I respect everybody's opinion when it comes to that, because we can't all be in the same. We can't agree. You know, I don't know.
It's dividing.
It divides a lot of people.
I
mean, I saw someone's post who I never comment on it, but if you're a Trump supporter, we can't be friends in real life. Damn, it's not gonna be in office that long. So can we be friends after he leaves the office? If I was a Trump supporter like that, you know, it's like why?
But so the way I see it, I see this all happens for a reason. This is my opinion. My opinion is that this shit happens for a reason, and this is happening so you can see, you know, kind of who's who. It's because this is exposed a lot of people.
It has.
You know, this is exposed our neighbors. This is exposed family members. Yeah. You know?
I agree.
You know, and this is created people, a lot of like division, like we talked, divided. You know what I mean? Like people, like there's some people that I don't fuck with now over this shit. You know what I mean? And it's not that I get deep in. It's not that I get deep into these politics, because I have no control of them. You know what I mean? So why am I going to fight with you over something I don't have control of, and neither do you? But then you got people say, well, you have the power to vote, and that's control. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, these people are going to do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? There's levels in the world, and I'm in this level. They're over here. You know what I mean? It's all I control. What's going on right here at my fucking level. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, underneath my roof. You know what I mean? You know. It's just a fucking.
You see,
it sucks.
That's why I don't talk about.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's fucking stupid frustrating. You got a question, right? You want to answer a question?
What?
That's what you're here for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, answer questions and talk politics.
Nah, that shit.
Let's see. Jennifer Jackson. Shout out to Jennifer Jackson, always holding it down on the podcast. She wants to know, how can everyday people start an organization in their neighborhood?
I think you just gotta do it.
Just do it, right?
Just do it.
I mean,
when I started, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm gonna do an organization. It became an organization because once I started putting it out there and just throwing it out there, people wanted to donate and wanted tax receipts and all that. So then it became a nonprofit. And till this day, I lack on the business part of it, or else it would have been like this big organization, but
a corporation or something.
It's just, that's not why I started doing it.
because because you yourself can be doing a lot of maybe get some grants, maybe get a lot of write-offs, a lot of different things for the time and the effort that you put into this, right?
Well, people get the write-offs. With the grants, I'm like this. I want the grants because of funding. I can pay for the warehouse and I can pay for this and this and this and that. But then I'm like, do I really want to be on the grants and then have to work their way? Follow somebody else's rules?
Yeah. So how are you paying for this shit then?
Community.
They're paying for it.
People that that support and believe on the mission, man.
So before when we was it a warehouse? You had like a little warehouse cracking off. Do you have still that
that's
same?
my homegirl Dana's. She rented it out, so we got the fucking boot. I said, fuck. When are they moving out, But to answer a question, I think she should just go out there and do it. Don't think it's an organization. Just start testing it. Go out there and do your thing and work from the heart. I think that's kind of like the most genuine part to do. If you're out there with just set mind of it's going to be an organization, go out there and do it because it's the right thing to do and test it out and see if this is something that flows in you.
Yeah. And so you just went out there and started doing it. It was just kind of like a snowball effect,
It's a snowball effect.
Just next thing you know that term. Next thing you know, you're fucking like 5 years down the line. Yeah. Next thing you know it, it's like, fuck, where'd the time go? Yes. I mean, check this out. Let me tell you a story. One time I'm with my boy Rick, right? Call him Creature Rick, in my neighborhood on 50, they had these dudes called the Creatures, and they call them the Creatures because at night you go to Creature Street, which was Terrace 49 off of 50, and you roll up in the street, and everybody on the street all night long smoking fucking dusters, doing dope, everybody, it was just every night you can go there and everybody would be there posted, and so there was homies from the neighborhood, and there was just the regular cats, that all kicked it there and entwined with each other, everybody fucked with each other, but anyways. So the Creatures have always been just different dudes, I mean, to me, they're just different dudes. But anyways, we're at the taco truck one time, right? Me and Rick. And this dude, man, he's fucking filthy, man. This dude is fucking like caked with dirt. His clothes, like if they're gonna make a bum in a movie, this is the costume, This dude is like, and I'm not trying to make a joke of it, but I'm just trying to paint the picture that this dude was filthy. Clothes were filthy. Shoes were just like soiled. Experiencing homelessness? Soiled. No, this dude that we're at the taco truck, and this dude pulls up. This homeless dude pulls up. Rolls up, walking up, and my boy Rick kicks off a conversation. What's up, bro? Whoa, 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 blah, blah, blah. And they go on this conversation. And at the end of the conversation, my boy Rick was like, hey, whoa, all right, cool, man. Hey, take care of yourself. And he got him and he gave him a big hug and he just like loved that dude. I said, fuck it, Rick, man. I said, you just a special dude, dog.
I do that.
You're a special dude. So I see you doing that. And not everybody is they're like, oh, I don't want to get dirty, or oh, they're gonna fucking give me a fucking disease, or this is just what goes through people's heads, I'm gonna get poked by a needle, or but I noticed that you go into these encampments, you hugging the ladies, Mother's Day, those Mother's Day pictures I see, man, how special is that when you go out on Mother's Day and you're giving these ladies flowers and gift bags, and what's the response? How do they feel about that?
Appreciated. Like some of them didn't even know it was Mother's Day. That was fucked up. Because they're dealing with their own struggles on the streets. They even forget what day it is. Oh, it's Mother's Day. Shit, messed up. Because a lot of these ladies are mothers. Their daughters, their mothers, their sisters. It's messed up. Sometimes I feel like, what the fuck is a bag with some stuff in it gonna do? But it makes a difference to them. The things that we take for granted, and
yeah,
it means a lot to a lot of people that are experiencing homelessness on the streets.
Yeah, for sure.
I've come across a lot of situations where women had just been raped. Walking into a tent or seeing the tents broken down. Because there's this woman who another another woman guide me to that tent, where she's like, hey, you gotta go check her out because she just gave out. She's constantly being sexually harassed by people, and these are the type of situations that we come across. It's not always like, oh, we gotta go give out bags, we gotta go give out food, and it's all a feel good thing, which at the end of the day it does feel good, don't get me wrong, but it's tough, man. It's tough, bro.
You know what comes to my mind while you're talking about this? It's a little bit of off subject, but it's where are they using the restroom?
Buckets, the
Buckets?
streets, the bushes.
Yeah. I mean, Skid Row, don't they have, didn't they,
The city's starting to put like these porta potties in certain areas where they feel that there's a higher population of people.
yeah.
I know there's one on 38th and I don't know if it's Hill Street. I think it's Hill. Porta potties or pit stops or whatever. I don't know if it's the city who did it, but there's an organization that's working with the government or the city to put these things around. I know Skid Row has also pop up bathrooms now and showers. Yeah.
So some I was telling you about some of the people that I know that have become homeless since the gentrification of my neighborhood.
Mhm.
They used to have houses,
Yeah.
and now it's become a way of life. I don't even know if you can really put them in some of them. Like they have encampments where it seems like some of them almost, like being almost, I don't know if that's
Because you can't just put people in a house that's been homeless for a while. I don't even know how long, for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and just give them a key to an apartment and expect them to just know how to pay their rent, how to pay their bills, how to cook, how to wash, how to clean. You can't just do that. When you put somebody in a house, you got to have some support. You got to have some case management. You got to have someone who's going to bring them back into society, who's going to rehabilitate them, who's going to teach them how to do all this shit. Because a lot of people who get back into housing from being homeless so long say, fuck this. It's too much for me. Now I got to be responsible. Now I got to pay rent. Now I got to pay bills. Now I got to do this. I got to do that. You got to, a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
What do you see it in the next 5 years?
Worse.
Worse, huh?
If we don't have a state of emergency and more funding comes in, it's a fucking billions of dollars getting thrown out there for homelessness. And I get it. The city got to build, they got to do this, but we need something now. We need to help people right now. It's bad. If you're out there going into, you might drive by it and see a homeless encampment, but once you go in there and you meet the people and you see how bad it's gone, you're like you're trying not to walk on shit and needles and stuff. Hey, that's the reality of the streets right now. That's why we need some help now.
When you go out to these streets and you're going out to these encampments, what is the most thing that's requested?
Hygiene.
Hygiene? Is it
hygiene?
Baby
wipes.
Baby wipes, huh?
Hand sanitizer. A tent. Do you have tent? Do you have a tent?
Is that what they want?
Yeah.
Most tents?
We provide tents.
Yeah.
Look at that. I don't care if the city don't like that shit. We provide tents.
What is the city doing? Is the city so check it out. Back to my neighborhood. So they had built an encampment along, I believe it's a city-owned property across the street from a park along the freeway. They built this encampment, and they tarps and they put wood and they just like freaking built
The
some.
homeless?
Yeah, the homeless.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And one morning before I moved out here, I'm headed to work, and the city's right there along with the cops. And in back of the city truck is all the boards, it's all their encampment that they built for shelter,
Mhm.
And I was just like, damn, is the city pressing on a lot of the homeless in regards? Is there certain areas where they can be at, or is it just like, they gotta, the city comes, the cops comes, they tear them down, and they gotta relocate with nothing and gather tents again? Like, how does that work? How is it working with them?
I mean, there's encampments everywhere. I
Yeah.
know there's there's rules. I don't know. You can't have your tent up at a certain time. I don't even know if that's thrown out the window now. I'm telling you, I don't keep up with all that shit.
You're just out there trying to take care of them and
That's it.
get them what they need.
Yeah. Yeah, I know maybe the thing I should look at, it just drains my mind to all these new laws and this new shit going on with the homeless. And I'm just like, man, just fucking help people. You know? That's how I feel about it.
Have you always been like a helping person, even when you were on drugs and everything, even when you were younger? Like, who taught you?
No.
Who instilled that in you?
Good question. I don't know.
Do you have a do you have a mom or do you have a dad?
Of course, I have a mom.
Yeah. Do you? Oh, yeah. So you're
Yeah.
close with your mom.
Yeah.
Very close with
My mom lives with me.
Yeah. And
She's in the hospital right now.
Is she all right? Everything good
Yeah.
with her? Yeah. Okay.
She has like COPD and stuff. So every time she gets sick, it's any common cold gets her all fucked up.
I hope she gets better.
Thank you. My dad got deported.
Your dad got deported?
Mhm.
And so did your mom instill this in you, or like, you know, or is it just the way you're wired up genetically? You know what I mean? You know? Are you
I never been asked that question, so I don't even know how to answer it.
I mean, I think it's an interesting question because you're an interesting person because not everybody I mean, you're the only person. I know there's a lot of organizations doing it, but I mean, maybe you're closer. Maybe your vibrations are closer. It's closer to the hood, the streets, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Where, I mean, you're the only one that's come up on my radar in regards to doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? And a lot of people that I know too. You know what I mean? But I know there's a lot of people doing what you're doing. But
a lot of good people doing it.
Yeah.
But they gotta keep a certain face.
Is that what that is?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're just a special person doing what you're doing.
Thank
you know, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, for reals. You know what I mean? Like, let's get into a couple questions.
Yeah, let's
You
do
cool?
it. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. America hating demon rats. This guy's
Fuck.
Whoa, hold
Take
up.
me back.
What the fuck that is?
I don't know.
How much of a role does domestic violence play in community of homelessness?
A lot. With the women, it's like almost 100% with the women, 90%.
Domestic violence?
Domestic violence, some of the women are fleeing from it and they end up on the streets. Getting a woman who's a victim of DV into a DV shelter, good luck.
Why?
It's just hard. It's just hard to do it.
There's no room, or the individual doesn't want to.
It's a combination of everything, not ready, or is being in a shelter is difficult for a lot of women, you know, who have already experienced shelters because they experience abuse in shelters too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
assault.
from like staff and shit, or
Yes. I mean, okay, I'm gonna say it. A lot of these shelters are run like fucking institutions, man.
yeah,
And it's messed up because I've been there, I've witnessed it. I haven't been in a shelter, but as a caseworker going to do my job and kind of scoping it out, you know, and checking how some of the staff treat their people. I'm like, fuck. I'll be in the streets too before I come to this fucking shit.
damn.
And it's the truth.
The whole system is broken.
It all needs to change. It all needs to change. People gotta be a little bit more compassionate towards people that are going through some shit. You know, they need it.
Yeah.
If you're already making that step to get into a shelter, it's because you want the help. You know, now be a little bit more compassionate with people. Have a little bit more patience with them. You know, it's not a fucking prison. It's not.
Yeah. Huh. So when the system's being broke like that, man, it's just fucking damn.
Sorry, I just had to say that because that's just been on my mind for fucking many years, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this is a place to say it, you know.
And a lot of people who are working with the population, who are caseworkers, social workers, they know what's up. They see it. A lot of their clients walk out of the shelters and don't even want to be in them anymore because of how they get treated. You know, our transgender community, the same shit. I've put our transgender women into shelters, and they get treated like shit. It's like that's why we have a lot of people and a lot of women on the streets. If that shit changes, then maybe we get more people in the shelters. You get more crimes in the shelters than you get them on the streets.
They're safer on the streets.
I mean,
Yeah.
guess, but people's stuff gets stolen. I'm just keeping it 100, I mean,
No.
that's just how it is. And maybe some shelters are good. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but at the same time, I know I'm talking about what I've seen and what I've known from people who have experienced it.
Is there more women on the streets than men, or is it just kind of like balanced out?
It used to be a lot more men, but
Yeah.
now it's everything.
It's everything.
A lot of women on the streets. Right, Timothy? Yeah, a lot of women on the streets. And it's messed up. Remember the one this woman's like stuck in my head till this day. I'm trying to look for her, man, because I know she had her baby, but a freaking American woman, 8 months pregnant, thrown in the fucking mattress. The city was having a cleanup. I don't even know how I ended up going to that street, or someone called me. I think someone called me or messaged me. I can't remember, honestly. But I got there and she was in a fucking mattress, butt naked, 8 months pregnant or 7 months pregnant. And the city was there taking all the tents out, cleaning up the street. They're fucking cleanups they do. And she wouldn't move. She was like, "Fuck this, ain't going nowhere." She's staying right there. Had some issues.
Yeah.
I had to call someone for help for it, and we ended up getting the cops involved because we had to. And she ended up going into the shelter. But this woman, other women were telling me, "Hey, you gotta help her. She's constant. All these fools right here take turns." I'm like, fuck. Ugh.
Damn.
And it's the same food, and it's the same people we help, and that I gotta learn how to balance that. I can't be like, "Man, fuck you, you just raped her, I'm not gonna help you."
Is there a lot of that going on?
Yes.
Rape on the
That's
streets?
the reality of the streets.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of people don't see that. And even though I know all this, I continue to do the work I do.
So is there certain individuals, I'll say dudes, that you see and that they're bad?
Yes.
Damn. We need to go round them motherfuckers up.
If maybe
Straight
a
the
few,
fuck up.
maybe about
You know what I mean?
back
Straight
then.
the fuck up.
Back then, I probably would have been like that, But now it's like I gotta learn how to balance that shit out. I have to be like, okay,
that
what?
shit strikes a nerve with me, bro.
Oof, it does. I've been raped. Of course, it hits home for me, But it's like, how do you balance that shit? How do you pick and choose who you want to help?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, usually that's God's duty to do. Is all we can do is come through. But
crazy.
But I'd be like, all right, hygiene and a peanut butter sandwich for you. Get the fuck out of here. For you. You know what I mean?
Ooh, it's hard.
Straight the fuck up.
It's hard. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, any dude that does that and shit, I just feel like they should be just shot in the head and laid in a ditch.
I agree.
And be gone with them. And I'm sorry that you went through that. I seen that on the Advocate, the film that you did, the documentary that you did. I mean, I didn't want to touch on that, and I'm not going to touch on that. But I just I'm sorry you went through that.
It was a couple times and different. First was a homie.
Yeah.
Who I trusted, and another one was when I was going through my homeless.
Taking advantage.
Yeah.
Of a situation.
Yeah.
Sorry you went through that. I mean, that's a horrible thing. Yeah. So I'm thinking about the different dynamics that are on the streets now that you're kind of painting I guess maybe I didn't think too deep in it. I was just looking at the surface of it.
The good of it. And there's a lot of good to it.
No, I mean the surfaceness of homelessness. Like, all right, they're homeless and that's it. That's the surface of it. I mean, you see, but you don't, sometimes you got to think into the deeper end of what's going on in that community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A
You
lot.
know, it's a whole village of people, and they got their own politics, and they have their own do they have their own rules and stuff?
Yeah, it's like Skid Row, man. Like
It's politics in Skid Row,
there's
right?
H-Town, C-Town, H-Town for heroin, C-Town for crystal, you know, and then homies run those streets too.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. There's where all the Mexicans are at, where all the blacks are at. I mean, I know it because of my brother too, you know, he's been down that route with Skid Row.
Yeah.
And he's gone with me to help the homeless, and he's took me to the streets. He taught me a lot of it. And it's kind of how I learned with the Skid Row, but it's a lot of politics in the streets too, like it is in prison.
Yeah, people don't realize that. Like
No,
I mean, I've never been down a Skid Row living there or anything, but I can imagine.
The ones who know this a lot is the LAPD too. You know, the cops are pretty smart when it comes to this.
Oh fuck yeah, they know all that. They hear it.
Yeah,
they got the inside scoop on everything.
I remember. Were you with us, Timothy, when we were on 39th and Hill Street, and we were giving out? I still actually have that recording where a police officer pulled up and he just started talking shit to us. Like, why were we doing that? We gotta notify them and let them know when we're doing this, that these fools don't give a shit. Like I have it all recorded. I was like,
wait, who was that? Who was saying that again?
Fuck, I gotta let you know that I'm doing this shit. Got me fucked up.
Who was saying that again?
LAPD.
Yeah.
An officer. And I was just like, no. I'm not notifying.
So how does LAPD deal with that down there? They just like,
and I get it. They know all the bad shit that happens on the streets. They have to help people, you know, and arrest people and deal with all that. They know what a lot of people don't know. And I respect that now, you know, because before I was just like, man, fuck the police. That's just how I felt. But now I work with the community relations officers where we're helping the youth and we're doing, you know, some positive things. I'm not doing too much, but, you know, the officer that I work with, I sat down with him because that's kind of how I wanted to do before I started kind of, you know, working with the cops for the community, not working with the cops to do other shit. Get that twisted.
Sure. Yeah.
Shit. And not 6ix9ine right here, okay? I'm just saying.
Fucking 6ix9ine, man.
You know, I told him this is how I felt about the police. You know, I live in South LA. A good friend of mine was murdered by a police, and we were protesting. I was carrying signs to say "fuck the police" because that's exactly how I felt, and he respected that. And when I saw how genuine he was with me, we started working together to help the youth, to help the community, and that's just how we've been working with. I know you've seen some pictures with me with him. That's when you comment. And you wanted me to come to your podcast. That picture.
Okay.
That's one of the officers that we do work together with.
I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? I think there's.
Did you notice it was LAPD in the picture?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I know there's good and there's good and bad in everything. I mean,
yeah.
You know.
They know my background, they know my story. I've never really been fake about it, you know? It's just how it is.
And I bet they have a lot of respect and like love for you as an individual.
They do. And they show it. They tell me, and I go to their station and I talk. You know, guest speaker shit. I'm not good with public speaking, but I do my best.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah,
I mean, I love
pretty
that.
Cool because they work with they help families that are broken. You know, these officers help these kids. They're like 8 years old, 10 years old, 13, just doing bad shit on the streets, and they pick these kids up and they try to teach them some tough love and try to bring in guest speakers to talk to them and to show them a different.
And are these kids homeless? Are they in
some are
they in a juvenile hall or something?
Or? Some are court ordered to do the programs that they do with LAPD.
Little baby kids, huh?
It's fucked up, but these officers are actually doing good shit for the community. That's why I fuck with them.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I got babies, man. I mean, so I got heart. I mean, when I see the little ones, man.
I got 5 kids. Plus my nieces and nephews, you know, and plus Timothy.
I mean, fuck, man. So there's I know there's good cops out there,
Yeah.
and there's cops that care, man. You know, and then there's cops that are just collecting the paycheck, right?
And I hear this from LAPD themselves.
Yeah.
They know that there are some cops that are fucking dirtbags, and some cops are really good cops. And I've had the pleasure and had the honor of actually meeting them, and I respect them.
Yeah. I mean, and this is the, like, for one thing is I mean, I'm not a cell soldier, so I'm not gonna be fucking sitting right here and bashing no cops and bashing anybody. You know what I mean? You know,
the badass cop in Skid Row.
Huh?
Skid Row cop. Have you seen him?
No.
Dion Joseph, and I'm gonna say his name because I respect that man. He works the streets of Skid Row.
Yeah.
And
everybody knows him.
Oh yeah, he's known.
And what, like, you know, give us an example, like, you know,
He
the
just
type of
been
duty
there.
is.
He just he's a police officer, so he runs the streets of Skid Row. He's
been there for
gets
years.
people into shelters, connects them to services. Like he does.
He's the perfect dude to be there.
He walks the talk. He's
Yeah.
cool. I respect him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you recognize someone that walks the talk, you know what I mean? Because you do the same thing as well. You know what I mean, that's dope. Need more of them, huh?
Yeah.
More of you. Or maybe we
I'm
just
ghetto.
need to,
I'm ghetto.
Hey. But you know, it's just crazy though.
You
You know
more
what I mean?
ghetto bitches like this.
That are with it. They got heart. You can feel the vibrations of the streets and shit.
I have to filter some of the stuff that I post on social media, you know, but I feel very comfortable here and, you know, I'm speaking my mind here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a good dude. You know what I mean? I mean, you can run my name on the streets. You know what I mean? You know? I mean, I've upheld my shit. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been a dirtbag. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? I've done some fucking shit that I, like we talked about earlier. You know what I mean? But
dirtbag.
You know, I done some shit to this day. You know what I mean? This fuck. But nah, that's cool, don't I? I mean, you feel the vibrations.
Yeah.
And it's likewise too, you know what I mean? But fuck. So moving forward, I mean, how many more years do you have in you to do this? You doing this every week? I mean, this is what I want to ask you. You went from a welder to a freaking
fucking movie put me up. It was a machine operator.
How did you go from a machine operator to I mean, I can.
Well, you went to volunteer and you were in the shop right there. You were next door to it, but right next to it is my homegirl's shop.
Okay.
She's her parents own it, so she hired me.
That's tight.
See, I was off work for a long time because of my medical condition. I have epilepsy.
That's how I wanted to touch on that too.
Yeah. So
how bad is that?
I mean, it's up and down.
You have seizures?
I have seizures.
When you get stressed out? Too stressed?
I think I've noticed more when I'm like more pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I was seizure free for a few years, and then
you take medication for that?
I do.
My best friend growing up, Gonzalo, he was Chileno. Fucking awesome family. Like they took me in when I was a kid. But anyways, he was epileptic, you know, and he would have fucking seizures, like full-blown seizures, like when we'd be partying and shit. Like we kids, we partied in his garage. We converted his garage to our party spot. And he would have full-blown seizures, man. And it was just like normal to us. Like we'd always see him having seizures and shit. You know what I mean?
I laugh because I hear it. It just becomes part of, hey, she's having a seizure. Fuck, everybody knows what to do. Get a pillow, get the CBD. The CBD. And that's why I laugh, you know, because it's part of my life. You know?
So I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And this is who we were. You know what I mean? We were kids though, mind you. You know what I mean? So this dude would start having a seizure. My best friend Gonzalo would start having a seizure. And the girls would be like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? And we'd be like, fool, stop showing off, dog. You know what I mean? He breakdancing. We would say that shit, dog. We were fucking horrible. And that fool would be like, bah, 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 bah. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make fun of it, but we were kids, you know what I mean? You know, and this was normal to us, you know what I mean? And we had that relationship with him though, you know what I mean? You know? Yeah, dog, it's fucking horrible. I might go to hell for that one, dog. I might be on my way to hell, dog. Stop showing off, dog. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that was,
seizures are
so anyways, long story short, he died of his epilepsy. You know what I mean, one day they found him in the garage, but he was
kind of my fear. to
but
be
he was
honest with you.
but he was abusing drugs or a lot of drugs, and he
Yes.
died very young too. You know, and they found him one day because every time he had a seizure, he was done. He had to go to sleep. He had a headache. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
right.
You know, I forget the order of it. Was the headache first or was the headache
No,
afterwards?
you're confused. You don't even
Yeah.
know who the fuck, what the fuck, and then the headache comes. It's like fuck, and then your body hurts. It's like you just went like ran a marathon because of the contractions of your body.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I'm speaking for myself.
yeah, for sure.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure it was
and
the
you gotta
same thing.
sleep. You gotta just sleep it off.
Yeah,
and I
he
just
would
kind
go
of
to
crawl
sleep.
up, and I just fuck all this, and I just go to sleep.
Damn.
Yeah, it takes a
Damn.
fucking toll on your body, man. It's crazy. And my seizures, I wasn't born with that shit. I got in a car accident.
And that shit, you got it like that?
2005, I think it was. My homegirl was driving and she fucked up.
She fucking hit another car, hit a
She
wall.
hit an avalanche truck and we were fucking bing, 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 bing in the freeway, hit the center.
And so you ended up being epileptic from a fucking car accident?
Yep, you become epileptic once you have seizures constantly.
And that's when
You can have a seizure from a fucking fever, from a head injury, from whatever, and then you'll never have seizures again, ever again. You just had a seizure. But once you have it from an injury or from a medical condition, then you become epileptic.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they found my homeboy Gonzalo in the garage, blood out of his ears, dead.
He had a nasty seizure.
Yeah.
But you say he was doing drugs too, right?
Yeah, he's doing. We were like back then. We're doing glass. We were smoking frios. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
I was doing a lot of shit too, and I risked my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you have that under wrap, though, huh? You're good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, here and there, I'm still not good. I'm going in a couple weeks for a video audio epilepsy monitoring for like 4 days in the hospital.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of see if I have seizures while I'm asleep and see what's going on. Or what kind of seizures. I know I was diagnosed with myoclonic epilepsy and partial focal seizures back then, but things can change.
So you mentioned CBD. Does CBD help you out?
It helped. I'm not consistent. That's my bad.
Is it because of the cost of it or?
No, it's not the cost. It's just, I don't know. I don't even know. Because
maybe we need to get someone to sponsor you on some CBD because we need to keep you going.
Well, I got somebody, under.
Real shit. we need to get you a sponsor like right now. Hey, we need a sponsor right here. Somebody knows somebody. We need CBD on deck. We need to keep this woman going right here.
Black market CBD shit, so it's hard. It's hard to trust the CBD.
How do you feel about that?
I was with the weed for a minute, and then it just didn't feel right because working with the youth and doing the work I do, that's not what I want to promote. It's just me.
I get you. It's just me. But
it probably would
the cure
help. Yeah.
To a lot of stuff.
That's kind of what I'm battling with myself right now. It's like, fuck it. Should I just do it and just smoke a blunt?
You smoke weed though?
Yeah.
I got some for you before you go though. Yeah. Remind me on that though. Here's a pen right here, bro. Moonrock, my G.
Dr. Zodiac?
Yeah, though. Yeah, Michael Flores, he's a good friend of Dr. Zodiac, and he hooked me up with some pins and stuff, dog. I mean, but Dr. Zodiac's gonna be coming on pretty soon, dog. Yeah, his assistant just messaged me the other day, and she said he's out of the country, but he's gonna be coming on the podcast.
Nice.
That's gonna be dope having him. So what I'm gonna do is when he comes on the
should get F1 the poet in this podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
he is or was. I think he is. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead. Nah, hell no.
Mind.
I always do that shit. I do that to everybody.
A pastor, and now he raps.
Is that right? Well, I mean, check it out. If you have a connection to him,
I do,
and you can reach out to him, and you feel like he's the dude to have on, bring him on. I mean, just shoot him my way. I mean,
all right,
we'll get it cracking. I mean, but man, I've had some cool people on this fucking podcast. I mean. And I mean, I'm not no fucking fuck. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know how to interview people. I'm learning as I go, you know. But
I think this is the first interview I've ever. I don't want to say be myself because I have never been like fake, but where other interviews where I had to hold some stuff and I shouldn't say this and I shouldn't say that and I can't curse and I can't be myself, you know?
yeah.
This is the first interview where I'm just like, cool.
Well,
We're just talking.
I mean, the podcast is called Hood Stocks.
Right?
You know what I mean? You know, so you already know what it is. I mean, you're a stock in the hood. I mean, if you were an actual stock in the hood, my money would be on you.
Oh, wow.
You know? And so that's the whole concept of this podcast, right? Is hood stocks, like important people in the neighborhood, you know, I mean, people that are doing great things, you know what I mean? You know, or some people that are, you know, that are doing bad things, you know what I mean? You're still, you know what I mean? Maybe your stock's down right now. Maybe after this podcast, we can get it up, you know? I'm just saying though, you know what I mean? You know? Like I've had, you know, I mean, I want to have, you know, a lot of different people like we were talking earlier. You know what I mean, I feel like everybody's, you know, this has helped me be a better listener. Before, maybe I wasn't such a good listener. You know, I've been called a what do you call it? Narcissistic.
Yeah, I know what
You know what I mean? I've been called that several times in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Fucking hating on me.
Fucking hater, right?
Hating on me. I mean,
hater.
that's how I always felt. You know what I mean? But anyways, like,
Fucking hater.
I mean, like, this is dope because I can shine the light. I mean, like, man, like people should know who you are. I mean, you should not be buying me. I know. And that's why you're in the position that you're in, because you don't feel like that. That's the difference. Because the people that feel like that aren't sitting right here in you know what I mean? In seats like this. I'm not saying this is a fucking, you know, this is a beginning of the podcast, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's gonna grow into the numbers are gonna get good, you know what I mean? This is the beginning. You're here in the beginning, you know what I mean? I feel like you know, it's gonna head to bigger numbers and success, whatever. But anyways, I mean, you shouldn't be paying for your CBD. I know I just bounced to something else right now.
No, the guy that gives me the CBD that I take, the one that's in the freezer, that stays in the freezer, that's some real shit. You know
why does CBD have to be in a freezer?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
It's oil, isn't it?
He wants me to keep it in the freezer.
Maybe he knows something we don't know.
He don't even want. He don't even want nobody to know who. He's just been doing it for a long time, you know, and he.
Hold on, I just seen in the corner of my eye, I'm getting yelled at on the fucking chat.
Bye.
Jennifer Jackson says, Lucky, read the questions and comment, please. Oh my God. Jennifer Jackson, what do you want me to answer? She holds me down every week, dude. She's a fucking she's a homegirl. Right? Yeah, for sure. I bought that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Scroll up. We just gave you a lot of info, my G. Let me see.
Wow.
Okay. City council members just want photo ops. I believe that. Does being Smiley, felon. Does being a felon delay your help from the state when you're homeless?
No.
The HOP Community Council has some funds. Oh, the HOP Community Council has some funds for you. That's coming from Inform the People. Do you know Inform the People?
What is it?
Inform the People, the homie Inform the People. Anyways, he says that the HOP community, Highland Park, community has funds for you.
Thank you.
Has funds for you. We put her on blast. Lux council meeting has funds for Claudia. He said that again. Dirt bags. Fuck the cops. The people. I sent you a link to get funds. Oh, I sent you a link to get funds.
All right. Thank you.
Even though you can just drop the cash off at P.O. Box. You can drop that money order off at call the hotline.
P.O. Box. Is it still like that? Do you know anything about, is it still like that? I don't even know.
I mean, you don't even have to do that no more.
It's all Venmo and fucking Cash App.
100%. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, check it out. Like,
can we still do burn phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's necessary like that anymore. I think it's just like people are just like fucking so
GTL.
loose. Like I get all my phone calls on my phone, you know what I mean? And I'm not getting no crazy phone calls, but all my boys in the pen, they call me on here, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, look, I need some money, dog. I was like, all right, well, I got you. I'll get you next month or this and that, you know what I mean? But yeah, JPay. No, but or sometimes they'll just be like, all right, send it to PayPal or the Venmo or the what other ones? There's one more, right?
They're doing dope.
The Cash App. What's this one I just sent to the other day? Fuck, what the fuck is this shit called? Yeah.
And that's through the bank. Yeah.
Yeah, that's through the bank. But anyways, I mean, since I've been doing good and I've been out and shit, I try to touch my boys and shit, even though ain't nobody touched me when I was down. You feel me? Hey,
that look you gave?
Hey, I mean, like, nah, I ain't tripping. I just like, you know what I mean? I try to keep the good vibes popping off. And I mean,
that song Think They Sick. Oh, what is they say they miss me, but never. Yeah. They ain't gave me shit. I'm home now. I'm the nigga that they miss now. Yeah, that one.
You know how this shit goes though.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping on that shit though. How do you feel about that 6ix9ine shit? Is that shit crazy or what?
It is crazy.
You know what's crazy about it too? I mean, did you ever listen
It's
to
a lot of
music?
memes. That's why I fuck around with it. But
Did you listen to his music when he was out?
I did. It was on the.
It was. I mean,
radio.
it was entertaining, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like his whole social media fucking.
I was very entertained with this shit. I'm not gonna lie.
He was calling out everybody who's going to Chicago. Fucking, you know, like Howard was doing it. I'm in LA.
I'm here. What's up? It's like, fuck, this guy is crazy.
So check it out, dog. You being a youngster, dog, right? How old are you, my boy? You're 19 years old. Yeah, you right there. You perfect age bracket, dog. So check it out, my boy. So this dude done snitched on everybody, right? And he's gonna get out, and his plan is to make music.
He will.
You know, and he's saying he doesn't want to go to witness protection program.
I seen that. Yeah.
You already know how the prison is nowadays. There's a whole yard of that shit. They run their own program.
I mean, they're trying to integrate the main line with the fucking pasetas and shit. But anyways, so he's gonna get on and make music. And so how much of your generation is gonna listen to his music, bro?
You know what?
Does it matter anymore about snitching?
You know what? People condone anything now, so you know.
It doesn't matter if you snitch or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, you know. But I'm not
he has his reasons.
Personally,
yeah. I mean, it's a different generation because back in the day, like say when me and myself and Claudia were being coming up and shit through the streets, like it was I mean, bro, it's biblical, it's cold, homie, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you know, and so now like you can say off the rip, where you live at? You live in South Central? Okay, so you from South Central, my boy. You know what I mean? So you're gonna go ahead and say off the top, you being a brother from South Central, a young man from South Central, that your peers don't care if motherfuckers are snitching or not.
Most of them, they snitching themselves already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guess not. That's how it is. I'm just seeing what the generation sees, and now if you're not a gang member, that shit don't matter.
Yeah, they said if you're not a gang member, like, hey, that don't pertain with me, bro.
Exactly, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Like, I ain't doing time for no motherfucker. You know, I mean,
that's crazy, dog.
Things change. Huh?
Things change. I mean, it is what it is. So if you know the environment that you live in, and you're committing crimes, and then you get snitched on, what's your fucking dumbass fault? You know the time that you live in. You know the people that you're around.
You know what you're doing.
You fucking stupid.
That's what he says.
Right?
Stupid. You fucking stupid.
That's what he does say. I wasn't even trying to say because that food.
He used to say that.
What are you, stupid? He said it with that fucking sick ass East Coast Brooklyn accent too. That's crazy. Let me read these comments. I got you on that. Hold on. Hey, inform the people. Jennifer Jackson, you got a question for Claudia? Go ahead and ask it, and she'll answer it right now. Go ahead and write it down. I know I missed a couple of them back. I don't know how far back I should go. So So moving forward, you're just gonna continue doing what you're doing.
I am.
Yeah. How does your husband feel about that? Like, is he like, man, it's like, fuck, you're going out again? You know what I mean? Like, do you have date nights? Like, you know what I mean? How do you balance that shit out? Like, you're like,
My
dude,
poor husband. I
like,
don't know how he does it.
You're working as a social worker now.
No, I'm not a social worker.
No, what is
caseworker?
Caseworker. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
caseworker for the homeless.
The schooling.
Caseworker. So, is it easier to get in as a caseworker?
Well, it was.
I'm not saying.
I mean,
yeah,
I shouldn't say it was easy, or it was easy for me. It's just, I kind of know.
What is a caseworker involved for the homeless?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're caseworking their cases. Which wait, stupid. But that's the same thing a social worker does, doesn't it?
Yeah, you just don't have the title, the school, the degree.
So then there's a difference.
Paid less.
Yeah, you get paid less.
Yeah, you get paid less. Almost same work. Shit.
It's the same work, almost the same work. You get paid less, but is it still enough to make a cool living or what?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you just love doing it.
Yeah.
You have a passion for it to help people, help the homeless. You're one of the good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was kind of, do I really want to do casework and then the volunteer work? I didn't want to mix it, because this is my passion. This is what I love to do. But I said, fuck, I already know how to, I already know what's up. I already know what's up. So why am I tripping? Yeah,
exactly. I mean, shit.
Yeah. And it's not coming out of Cloud9. It's coming out of other organizations that get funding from the city. So that's paying.
I mean, nonprofit work can be.
They're all nonprofits.
Yeah, but nonprofit work. I mean, nonprofit companies can generate a lot of money.
Of course, grants.
Yeah, I mean, but even grants. I mean, I used to work for a nonprofit organization called LA Shares. It was through my homie Sugar Bear. One time I got out the pen. And Sugar Bear's like, I'll get you a job, dog. Come work over here. And so I worked at this spot in Los Feliz or something like that. It was called LA Shares. And what they did is they got school supplies and they would donate it to schools. You know what I mean? So Xerox and big companies would give them like fucking pallets of shit, computers, all kinds of shit. And I was like, hell yeah, you ain't even got to pay me, fool. You know what I mean? And I was taking computers home and shit. Like, you know what I mean? you know what's up. You know what I mean? Like, I was a little fool. You know what I mean? Like, shit, to come up. You know what I mean? I got computers on the deck. You know what I mean? Laptops. You know what I mean? Shit, I was fucking. But anyways, that dude made a lot of money.
Yeah.
That dude got a lot of shit.
I know.
A lot of stuff. So, I mean, you can potentially, I know you're not in it for the money, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like people that are doing good, they should be awarded for their,
and it's, I don't know.
You don't look at it like that.
No.
You're not a part of the.
Sometimes we struggle with the organization where I stress on it, fuck, keep saying, now you put that in my head.
You're a fucking chola, that's why.
You know,
fool? Just say fool afterwards to get it right.
Hell no.
Oh, hell no. You know, fool? Damn. That's what's dope, though. Nah, you the homegirl. You know what I mean? You got to keep that shit 100% homegirl. Fool? I know what you're talking about.
What did I see? You fucked me up. What was I saying?
You're talking about we were talking about the nonprofits.
Yeah, when I stress on it, that's why I'm constantly asking for donations, man, because that's how we run.
Are there certain companies, like go-to companies, you're like, hey, you know what? Need your help.
No.
We can use a donation right now.
Just the public.
You just put it out there in the fucking universe. Like, I mean, how do you do it? Like, how does it go? Like, hey, you know what? We're going to be
going.
The
online fundraisers.
Where do you function through so people know that are watching right now?
Social media. Instagram, LA on Cloud9. Facebook, LA on Cloud9. We have a website. You can donate through there too.
Yeah.
You can donate through the...
You have a GoFundMe or something like that?
The giving... No, I don't have a GoFundMe. The giving... Through PayPal, you automatically get a receipt when you donate to LA on Cloud9 for your taxes.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah.
You automatically get a...
For the Giving Fund. I think it's called Giving Fund through PayPal. We're a registered organization through the Attorney General, all that legal shit, all that bullshit that I don't keep up with. But yeah,
You gotta pass in LA with the cops and everybody.
you don't say that stuff. You can't.
Is that a gun in your glove box?
You can't put it out there. Fuck.
I'm just fucking
I
around
put
with
too
you.
much out there.
Nah, I think about
some
shit.
people that don't know my shit. They're probably like, "Fuck this bitch."
Nah, I mean, this is who you are.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. And I bet a lot of people are gonna take that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, because there ain't too many of yous. I mean, and I mean, I think the most interesting people, and I said this before, the interesting people have the most horriblest backgrounds. I mean, you know, the squarest people have the most straight edge backgrounds, and they're fucking boring. I don't even want to fucking talk to them. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're boring. You know what I mean? And
you can't relate.
Yeah, I can't relate.
You can't really sit and have a conversation like we are.
I got a fucking horrible
You know?
background. You know? No, you gotta say, you know? You know?
You should count how many you knows I said.
Hey,
You
I'm
know?
gonna be like click,
You
click,
know?
click, 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 clicking away and shit.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I do that shit. I mean, check it out. You see that fucking little board right there with the fucking I would put all the things that I didn't want to say because I would play my shit back and I was just like, I'm fucking stupid ass fool, you know what I mean? Ignorant ass motherfucker don't have no words, you know what I mean? A fool or hey Doug, or my boy is fucking sounding so fucking stupid. So I'm working on that.
Now he's saying I sound stupid.
No,
you hear this shit?
No, I'm not saying. I mean, you can get away with it.
Thank you.
You can get away with it.
I got a pass right here.
Yeah. You already know. You already know. Let me see. You got a question right here. Okay, so this is for Jennifer Jackson, man. She's a G, man. She don't fuck around. She says, Claudia, thank you so much for what you do for the homeless. Homeless. I know a lot of them have mental issues. I know a lot of them are drug addicts. And I know a lot have to do with domestic violence.
Yes, combination of everything. Some more than others.
You're a true humanitarian in your community. If nobody
thank you
has told you today, thank you.
Thank you
for everything you do. So what's the next run so people know?
Oh, well, that shit feels weird.
What's that?
Just getting thanked for it. I don't know.
I mean, you don't get. I mean.
I do. Don't get me wrong. I do, but it's just, you know. Fuck.
I do know.
Damn.
Don't beat yourself
I'm
up about it.
change my vocabulary now.
You're gonna be known as you know instead of Claudia.
Yeah. You know.
Hey, you know. Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you.
That's right, my brown sister. Thank you.
Who's that?
That's the homie Smiley right there.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Omni. So the people that are still tuned in right now, how can they volunteer? How can they help? How can they donate? What you said the hotline, right? And what's the hotline number? We'll post
323 970. Hold on. You know what? 323-812-9836. Just call that number.
I think you just gave out your personal phone number.
No.
No? Okay. You gotta watch out because you get some weirdos. What are you wearing right now? You know what I mean? There's some fucking creeps out there, you know what I mean? I saw you on the podcast and I thought it was great.
I got creeps.
Do you get creeps?
I do.
Freaking weirdos.
It's all right. I just ignore it now. I screenshot it and I just save it to laugh about it.
Screenshot it, huh? Like, fool, stop your shit. Got you right here.
All right.
Keep your shit up and we'll post this
Cool,
shit and tag you on it.
It's a compliment, I guess. Thank you.
So how does your husband back to your husband? How does he deal with this?
He has.
I mean, does he go out there and help you?
In the beginning, he was involved, doing his thing. But
Yeah, now.
Yeah, now.
Oh, you're stuck on that. You know, it's bothering you. It's eating you up.
You fucked
It's
me
eating
up.
you. No, you're fucking yourself up. You know.
You fucked me up.
Hey.
No, he just doesn't. He's a family man.
Yeah.
Takes care of his
Holds it down
kids and
while you-
works, and that's not that I'm not, but
Yeah.
I rather him not, because he is. If sometimes we come across situations where I have someone who, like at the park events, yelling at me or cussing me out for whatever reason, I see him kind of, get a
Yeah.
little bothered by it.
But
He's a big guy, so it's like, fuck, I can't hold him back.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't want that. I don't.
I
want
mean,
him to
I'm
have
sure that
that
it's kind of it's a slippery slope for him, because he can't react to every single thing. Because
You
if
just can't.
if he reacts to every single thing, then he's being controlled, and then at
He's
the
just
same time,
protecting me.
I get that though, but it's just like, so the way I look at things nowadays is I feel like I can't react to every little thing. So if I react to every little thing, they're controlling my emotions, my feelings, and then like what kind of weak person am I? But I guess you got to pick and choose your battles, you know what I mean? But especially when
Definitely.
being the fact that he is your husband, and whatever he might do, like repercussions or whatever the fuck it might be, it can reflect on you. So
Definitely.
we got to keep your name good, girl. You know what I mean? You gotta
Shit
keep
happens.
that-
People have bad days, and sometimes they come to the park. You don't know what just happened to them.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I had to tell people to leave as well, because we do have kids and we do have volunteers in the events, and we can have certain energies there.
Yeah.
So if you're having a bad day, I'm sorry, bro. I mean, I hope everything goes well. Just fuck out of here with that shit. You can't act like that here.
And are these homeless people? Or are these just random people that are volunteering, or just like
The volunteers?
volunteers?
I've had a few volunteers that went heads up with some of the people that we help, because they don't know how to choose their battles.
Fucking idiots. What do you mean heads up with like a homeless
Just
person?
not fight it, but verbally, where it was like, shut the fuck up.
Like, hey, bro, I'm trying to give you a peanut butter and jelly, and you're acting like a dick. What the fuck? Like, how does that work out? It's just idiots, huh? You don't even got it. I don't even want to touch it any further than that. That's crazy.
Volunteers are amazing, but I get it. A lot of us have different tolerance when it comes to that, and I understand it, but I have to remind people you're.
Dude, I just got. I'm listening to you, but I just read while you're talking to me. I'm reading a fucking weird question. Hey, bro, have you went to the mountains? What the fuck, Vincent? What the fuck does the mountains got to do with this shit?
I love it. The mountains are good.
Check it out. This is what's dope. Like, this is what's dope. Like, this is Saturday. So I work Monday through Friday. I'm a union electrician, and I go to school too. You know what I mean? So Monday through Friday, I can't do these podcasts. But if I did these podcasts during the weeknights, it's more accessible for people, just kind of like winding down and like, you know what, I'm gonna put the podcast on. But this is Saturday evening, you know what I mean? And we still had a bunch of people that came through and showed love right here, you know what I mean? And this is what's dope. But yeah, but for you too, you know what I mean? They're here for you to say what's up and appreciation. But if I did it through the weeknights, I'd get a lot more
You
but
think so?
yeah, I think so, because I've done it through the weeknights, and yeah, and people are just more inclined or in tune to tune in, because hey, you know what? I'm not gonna party tonight. I'm chilling at the crib. Fuck it, let's trip on this fucking live stream podcast and shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, but this is what's dope about this is you. This is a part of your legacy. Like, everything you're doing is legacy. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like, you're gonna, like, dude, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you're gonna go down in the history books as someone real special. No, you are, dude. Claudia fucking Perez, man. That's fucking gonna be a fucking very, like, you're already known for what you're doing. You're only 36 years old, dude. You do this till you're fucking 56 years old. You know what I mean? Like, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Keep fighting the good fight, because not everybody's got the heart to do what you're fucking doing. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be in the fucking history books, man. I really think you are. You know what I mean? I think you're just like, dude, like, as an activist, there's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're doing some good shit. you know, and keep doing what you're doing. That's all I gotta say. Look at homie's nodding his head over here. He feeling everything I'm saying right here. You know what I mean? He knows what it is. I mean, you got these youngsters with you, you know what I mean? You know, they're looking up to you, you know what I mean? As a woman, you know what I mean? As a powerful woman, like, man, you know, that's I
You
mean,
know?
sure know. You fucked me up now. I'm saying this stupid shit. Stupid shit.
I hear you, but I appreciate that. I just don't.
Modern woman power. Woman power right here. I'm telling you, man. People gonna be getting tattoos of you. I swear.
My ex-husband did in prison.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I got
Wonder
a
what he
tattoo
did
of my
now.
girl too. I mean, but I'm
Do you
there.
really?
Yeah, I do.
That's cool.
Yeah, you want to see it? Check it out. I mean, it's on my leg, but yeah, it's right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
That's a big piece.
it is a big piece. She's a big piece of a person, beautiful person. It sounded like I was gonna say something else. Huh? Fucking wordplay, you know what I mean? Fuck some shit up. But I told her she acts stupid. I put a mustache on her ass, you know what I mean? I was playing. She's probably listening right now.
Probably what my ex-husband did.
I mean, back in the day and shit, everybody always got tattoos of broads' names and shit. And next thing you know, you got the void or fucking some stupid shit, you know what I mean? But
I got a few cover ups. The one on my neck.
tatted up.
That's a cover up.
Yeah.
Another cover up.
What are they names or what?
Yeah, my ex-husband.
If you ever need laser treatment, let me know. I got you. My homie does. I know it hurts like a motherfucker.
Fuck that. I've taken someone to Homeboys Industry to get some shit removed, and
I'm not.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
seeing
say,
them in pain. I was like, fuck this.
well, check it out. Homeboys Industry. I went to Homeboys Industry for a long time, and I got removal done with them. But the problem with the Homeboys Industry is like they're hurting cattle right there. You know what I mean? So they're not taking their time on the laser treatment. You know what I mean? So I went there and I got the free treatments. And then I said, all right, fuck the free treatment. So I started paying in fucking rich area out there in Beverly Hills. I forget the name of the area, but anyways, I started paying for it, and I noticed like, all right, I'm getting better treatment, and the shit's coming off a lot quicker. You know, because I had shit right here, I had shit underneath here, I had shit underneath here.
Well, now I see it.
Yeah,
now that you mention it.
this is all being lasered off right here. That was lasered
shit.
off. Underneath this grenade was lasered off. You know what I mean? Because it was just fucked up tattoos. It was prison work. You know what I mean? And this day and age, like motherfuckers got badass ink, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it just sucks when you walk in and you're that fucking old dude with the fucking fucked up ass work.
I got this laser and right
yeah, but
I got bullet holes.
I know you blasted that fool up. What does that shit say?
That's
you don't even gotta say it.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
don't say his last name.
Okay.
He's still in prison.
Yeah. And you put the bullet holes on that shit. That's that gangster shit. But anyways, you ever need somebody, I got a dude that does he does what does that say?
Can you read this?
Give without expecting, and you will live without regret. I like that. That shit is hard. Yeah. Give without expecting, and you will live without regret.
Yeah.
Is that the model you live by?
I do.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's helped me continue the mission I do, because you give without expecting and don't expect not even a thank you.
And a lot of people always expect.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between you and everybody else. You know? That's dope. That's tight. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You want to give out some social medias or any information?
I don't know after this. I don't know. Gonna have some hate mail. Yeah, it's LA on Cloud 9. My personal one is CL9UDIA. The fuck?
Hey, well, thank you so much. You know what I mean? Anything else you want to talk about? You want to touch on?
It's easy to give back. It's easy to do something positive. I think for me personally, it takes a lot of energy to do bad shit and to do negative stuff. When you're doing good things for the community, good things in your life, or living a positive life, I think you can sleep better at night.
I sleep better at night.
Yeah.
I mean, I will always forever be on my toes, and I'll always look in the rearview mirror just because of my past.
Yes.
But my conscience and the way I live now helps me sleep better at night.
Yeah.
And so I can 100% relate with you and agree with you on that.
And I think anybody can change their life around. I know we touched some stuff that I've never really talked about, but that's just my past, and I'm not ashamed of it.
That's
It made
gangster.
it molded me to the person I am today.
I mean, not a lot of girls had the fucking have the levels. I mean, you know, back then or to this day to do what you did. You know what I mean? You know, so that just tells you the type of person that you are. You know what I mean? And like we spoke on it in regards to like what you're doing now. You know what I mean? You've taken that same energy, but you put it forth into this now. You know what I mean? So damn, got the biggest soldier, the biggest gangster. You know what I mean? On this LA on cloud 9. You know what I mean? You know, that's tight. You know what I mean? That's why people are gravitating towards you. You know what I mean? They see it. You know, I see some homies. I see a lot of homies fucking with you and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, but check it out. I want to wrap this up right now.
All right.
I gotta pee. I gotta pee so bad right now.
See you.
I gotta pee so bad right now. And I almost wanna is there anything else you want to touch on?
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, hold on real quick. Let me pee real quick.
Go for
it.
Yeah.
And you guys check out the questions.
Shit. I can't even read from here. Do you see anything, Timothy? Let me see.
That's right, my brown sister. Keep climbing, girl. Set the standard for young Latin girls.
Yeah, do what you gotta do out there. I never saw myself as a positive example, but it is what it is.
You gotta expect that, respect it.
Yeah. Oh, my second bottle of water. And I'm gonna need to pee. Oh, shit. Yeah, this was crazy. She's so cute.
Any questions? Anything good?
What was that?
Did you hear that magical moment? I don't know why I did that like that. Hello. Check.
Because of your thing touched that?
I think that's what happened. Yeah, for sure. Hey, we good?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Hey, everybody give it up for Claudia Perez. Follow her on Instagram at LA on Cloud 9. And DM her, reach out to her. You guys want to volunteer? You guys want to donate? Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to show love. Like she said, she's on every weekend. She's out there fighting the good fight, showing the love. And we appreciate you and we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.